everybody. Thank you for joining us right here on the Lights Out Sports Podcast. Myself, Mike Valentine. There is my buddy Cheese. Look at that. A shirt that has two different colors, a black collar and orange. Look at you. How you been, buddy?
It's Navy.
Oh, is it Navy?
Yeah,
pardon me.
It's your favorite team, the Houston Astros shirt. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my favorite team, huh? We need to revisit some of this stuff. I'm not sure about favorite team or not, but okay.
You're like, wait. That's not me. That's not
right.
me.
All right, buddy. Hey, so you know what? We haven't seen each other for a little bit. This was like the first week in a long time where we haven't done some kind of special show during the week. I know you put out a ton of videos over on your channel.
Yes.
But together we really haven't done anything. So how you been the last week, bud?
I've been pretty good, except today the allergies are killing me here. But other than that, it's been good. Just doing a lot of post-draft content for my channel.
All right. Well, we thank you, Marco. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for being with us right now. As long as everybody else is too, we have got a lot of stuff to get to here. Let's give you a little bit of a preview as to what is coming up. Of course, later on in the show, we've got Mr. First Down will be with us. He'll be talking Tennessee Titans offseason, what he looks forward to, and we might do a little bit of prediction, even though Cheese is kind of putting his thumb up in the air about it a little bit, but his nose up in the air, I guess. So we'll see what we end up doing on that before it's all said and done. We're going to do the 5 Flamin' 5 and 5 in a moment. Then we're going to jump right into MLB 4-pitch talk. We're going to look at some suspended players. What's happened in the last 11 games, which should kind of help us look at a bunch of things. And then, of course, we're going to go with our forward fan brought to you, our batting cleanup brought to you by Forward Fan. We've got a bunch of stuff to do as far as football goes as well. So hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Just kind of sit back, and we will guide you through the rest of the program today. All right, buddy. We're going to jump right into it here. 5 Flamin' 5 and 5. And let's explain everything for the people at home here. Cheese has 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, he is going to have to get 5 questions right that I'll give to him. And if he can do that without bursting into flames, then he'll get a 6th question that we will talk about together. All right.
Before we get started, Nathaniel Lowe just hit a solo home run. It's 2-0 Reds over Cubs in the 6th.
So for those of you who may not know, me, the big Reds guy, Cheese, the big Cubs guy, his Cubs beat the Reds yesterday. They've lost 4 straight. We'll talk about the NL Central a lot. In fact, our lights out list at the very end of today's show will be the top 10 players in the National League Central. And if this goes really well, like I think it's going to, Cheese, we might do this for every division in baseball, just kind of 1 week at a time. I like this. You came up with this yesterday, and I really, really like this. So this should be a blast to do here at the end of the show. All right.
Okay.
Let me make sure I have got everything put together on my end for what I need here. Let's go to here. All right, we've got that. Let's as you said, your allergies are killing you. You're going to see me.
Kill me.
You're going to see me hit the microphone button every once in a while.
You're going to see me rubbing eyes, scratch my nose. You're going to see me just the whole show. Sorry.
The whole gamut, right?
Yeah.
Oh, people after my own heart right here. 72 who? I don't know why he'd wear an Astros shirt. I mean, I know he's from Texas, for God's sake. But
because it was on top of the pile of T-shirts that are clean. That's the simple answer. That's the
okay. Well, at least you're honest about it. It was on top of the pile. So was it at least on top of the pile of clean T-shirts?
Clean. It was clean. Yes. I actually wear clean clothes, believe it or not. But of course, T-shirts. I only wear T-shirts. But I live in Houston, so you got to have when you go to the Astros games. When they play like went with my buddy, we saw him play the White Sox. What am I going to wear? I'm going to wear Astros.
Understood. All right. So let's get ready to do this here, buddy. Let's hang on. I'm gonna start the music in the background here real fast as we get ready for our lights. Or no, this is our 5 Flamin' 5 and 5. I was going to jump ahead here.
Yeah, I was going to burst into flames if you skipped it.
I know it. That's how. I wonder if that would happen. Maybe we'll
hit the button like in
MLB.
Austin Powers. The button like Austin Powers, and then disappeared in the chair, and they go into flames.
Oh,
Anyone that's
that'd
seen
be
that
kind of
movie.
cool. Be
It's
great
evil.
podcasting if
Well,
nothing else.
you have the same hairdo as Dr. Evil, so.
That is true. Basically none. Yes. Mhm. And this is like a month. I haven't cut this in like a month. Oh man. All right, here we go. Oh wait, wrong one. I hate that when I do that. Where am I here? Oh, there it is.
It's the
I did
best
hit the wrong
podcast
button.
we've ever done.
It is. It's the best one yet. All right, let me turn this down a little bit in the background. And then, of course, everything will start when I read you the first question, Cheese. Here we go.
Okay.
Since the start of last season, Aroldis Chapman in 73 innings pitched has 99 Ks and 39 saves, a 1.11 ERA, and a .73 WHIP. Cheese, he's the only closer with 15 or more saves and a sub-2 ERA in that time span. So it's a pretty simplistic question, actually, now that I've given you all of those stats, buddy. How important is a closer in the game of baseball?
Gosh. So that's like peak Cubs Yankees Aroldis Chapman numbers. Like,
Yes.
he's getting better with age.
He seems to be.
Yeah. I remember, was it 3 or 4 years ago? They were like, he was done. He was signed with Pittsburgh on like a cheap deal because they thought he was done. But, it's very important. If you can go 8 innings, you trust the guy. Remember like, there's been so many good closers. Trevor Hoffman, Francisco Rodriguez, Eric Gagne. There's just like peak in your prime, like guaranteed save. Yes, it's huge if you have a guy like that. Look what Mason Miller's done for the Padres. I think the Cubs' only team that's scored on him at all this year. So Mariano Rivera, almost forgot him. But yeah, it's really important. If you have a guy that's just guaranteed 3 outs every time, then it's a huge advantage. You're going to win a lot more games.
All right, second question here. I saw your video on this. For those of you who have not, go over to Football with Cheese and make sure you see this video. The Packers have signed quarterback Tyrod Taylor, but I'm going to give you an interesting twist here. How many games can he start and the Packers still make the playoffs?
I don't know. See how the offensive line holds up. Well, he's pretty mobile. That's one thing about him. He's always been very mobile. He can scramble. And I think that's really important for a backup these days because when in doubt, they can just run away. But I think it depends. That's such a tough question because I don't know who they're playing. Like when Jordan Love got hurt his knee in week 1 of 2024 season, Malik Willis played the Colts and Titans, and he won both games because the Colts and Titans stunk that year. So that helped. And they won close games. So I think it depends who they play. But if he's starting more than 4 games, you're probably not making the playoffs.
All right. You know what? I know you love linemen. Let's do this lineman question. Cincinnati Bengals guard Dalton Reiser ran a 5K over the weekend with his wife. It was a race that was there in Cincinnati. A bunch of people participated. He finished it in 26 minutes, and he is 6'5", 315 pounds. Cheese. How impressive is that?
Could you beat him, Mike?
No, maybe the first 20 feet.
Yeah, okay. It's impressive. I mean, honestly, I wasn't surprised when I saw that, just because offensive linemen, I mean, even though they're big and a lot of them have guts, you have to be in incredible shape. Like they're always moving. They're on every play. They're blocking. You have to be in incredible shape. So it's pretty good feat, and so he obviously is staying in great shape. But it didn't shock me like it did some people. I saw it on X. All the comments, people were shocked.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a chance to do it, go over to our X. We'll plug it a few times during the show. You can see it. The whole video is up there right now. Question number 4, Cheese. If the Tigers decide to trade Tarek Skubal, not that I think they are, but I'm doing this for a reason here, his value, because he is not expected to return before the trade deadline, his value has gone down from a roughly $41.2 million to $1.1 million, according to Baseball Trade Values, and you can get that at Baseball Values on X. Why does it? I mean, 41 to 1? Really, Cheese? Talk to us.
Well, that value, I mean, it's just putting a number on it, but it's really whatever a team gives you is the value. Whatever you can get for him, that's what the value is. You only need one team to make a stupid move. But I think the point they're trying to make is he's probably not going to be healthy before the trade deadline. He probably won't pitch. And what team's going to give you a lot for a player for 2 months when he might not even be able to pitch? When you have elbow injury, like what if you trade for him and he's supposed to come back, mid-August and he has a setback and you give up a prospect for him? And you have to get a lot for him. You have to get more than the qualifying offer. So it's almost untradeable.
Yeah, even if he is Tarik Skubal. All right, buddy, last question. The Giants are signing veteran defensive tackle DJ Reader. Was he the top defensive target this offseason? And what does this mean for the Giants defense? You got 30 seconds.
Target overall?
Yeah.
No, not even close. I mean, he's not what he used to be. His run defense fell off. Still a good player. He's got size, but not even close. I mean, there's a reason why he hasn't signed yet. It's just the Giants didn't get a defensive nose tackle in the draft. The Texans moved up one spot in front of them, got Caden McDonald in the second round. So it was just a need. They had to get nose tackles. They traded Dexter Lawrence. So they had to get someone. He was the best nose tackle still available.
All right, look at you. And seen, as you like to say. All right. Excuse me. Did it well, buddy. All right. Yeah, those are pretty interesting, actually. I liked a lot of those questions today. Here's your bonus question. So the Central Division intra-division record. Let's do something funky here. Let's put this up here on the board. We've got this here real fast, so I need to add it to the stage, and then I need to take off our logo here at the top so that you can see everything. Give me 2 seconds there. All right, so there is the intra-division record. There's every team all the way down 1 to 30. All right. And I wanted you to look and pay close attention to the Central, who we're going to be talking about a lot today. So the Central Division intra-division records of the St. Louis Cardinals, the Pittsburgh Pirates, your Chicago Cubs, the Milwaukee Brewers, and my Reds. Here they are. St. Louis is 5-0 if you look down through. Pittsburgh is 9-7. Your Cubs are 2-2. And Milwaukee is 1-3. And the Cincinnati Reds are just a putrid 1-6. So I've got 2 questions for you on this topic, Cheese. How important are these games to those teams?
Well, the Braves are 10-3, by the way. 6 of those are the Phillies. The guy swept the Phillies twice. Oh, the Phillies are terrible. It's hilarious. It's important. I mean, okay, so St. Louis is 5-0. That's amazing. It's really important. But at the same time, they must be struggling against non-division teams because they're not in first place. But why it's so important is it's a 2-game swing. You don't just win it. The other team loses it. So it's a whole 2-game swing. So like the Reds are beating the Cubs right now. The Reds had a lead go in the 9th. So they didn't just lose a game. They lost 2 to the Cubs, basically. So if they blow it again, it's like they've lost 4. It's like a four games in the standings if you lose 2 in a row to your opponent. And the Reds just, they really struggled over the weekend against the Pirates. Finally, they're losing close games. Finally, the Reds are, so, but yeah, it's, especially late in the season, if you're fighting for the division, they're huge.
Right. And, we talked about it a little bit off air, as to why these are so important. And as far as everything going on with all these teams, they're going to be so close this year, I think, that these games are going to be even more magnified just because the division is going to be so much. So
Pittsburgh's already played 16 division games. They might start playing some Nationals, Phillies, Rockies. They might start playing some Marlins, easier teams, because they've already played. If they played 16 games in the division, they've had a hard schedule so far because everyone division's over 500.
Correct. Yeah, we'll look at that here in a little bit too. We'll talk about all of that as well. Okay, buddy. So I liked it. I know we've got. Let's see. Here we go. What's he saying? Marco here. DJ Reader. I watch his highlights. Okay. Well, he
used to be very good. I think his plays dropped off a little, but he's still the best nose tackle of free agency left after the draft. That's what happens. If you don't address certain positions in the draft, that's when you start seeing free agents come to the board. Packers didn't draft a quarterback, needed a backup. Tyrod Taylor. Giants didn't draft a nose tackle. Surprised Juwan Jennings. Is Juwan Jennings still a free agent?
Yes, I believe he is.
There's a lot of teams that didn't get the receiver they want, a receiver early. I'm surprised he's still there. I think it's just money. I think he wants to be paid like a number 2 receiver, and he's probably not getting it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's correct. I mean, it's got to be money, right? It has to be something. And when we say it's got to be something, 9 times out of 10, it's usually money. So,
but he had a breakout year, but he was never that productive the first 3 years. So, and he's not really a speed receiver, more possession. So, a lot of teams already have that.
True. Very true. All right, buddy. Hey, so we're going to go ahead here and we're going to jump into our MLB talk, and we're going to do it right away. We're going to give you the best graphic in all sports right now. A little bit of fire, a little bit of stitches, a little bit of flame, and we're going to give it to you right now. Oh, those allergies are just getting to you, aren't they? You can tell, man.
They've been killing me all day. Just woke up and it's just, it's killing me.
Gotcha. All right, so we're going to do some MLB here real quick, buddy, if that's all right with you. Jump right into it. We're going to look at a suspension. We're going to look at a spotlight, and we usually cover one person on each side of the board. We're actually going to cover 3 guys today because I couldn't leave the third guy off. Then we're going to look at the last 11 games, and we're going to talk about, how it's affecting everything. And I've got some pretty good questions for you, I think. And then we're going to do our batting cleanup, brought to you by ForwardFan.com. We'll talk about them as our newest sponsor here in just a moment. And then by that point, we are going to hope that Mr. First Down is with us. If not, we'll scramble and figure out something. All right. Okay. So let's just jump right into this here. Our MLB 4-pitch talk. So MLB has suspended Pirates right-hander Chris Devenski 3 games, and that's why you're wearing the Astros shirt. He used to pitch for the Astros. That's it. So Chris Devenski.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
that's why. I finally figured it out. Yes. So they suspended him 3 games and fined him an undisclosed amount of money for intentionally throwing at Reds rookie Sal Stewart. Manager Don Kelly also received a 1-game suspension. First, Chiefs, did you see this or have you watched a replay of it?
I have not. Sorry, I have not.
That's okay. It's not a big deal. I can go through it here with you real quick. It's not a problem at all. Just let me cough first, and then we'll be good. So what ended up happening here, very first pitch, some players will use their timeout before the at-bat even starts. Sal Stewart comes up to the dish, looks like he's getting ready to get ready and get set, and then he calls time and backs out. Well, Devenski didn't like it. He even kind of mouthed something to Sal Stewart, and Stewart pretty much just ignored it and climbed back in the box, and that very first pitch plunked him. So, I mean,
okay.
That's 100% what happened. It's not that I'm some Reds homer or anything. I watched it live. I've watched it 2 or 3 times. I actually tried to get it to play up here right now, but I couldn't get a video to work. I can only get the pictures to work so far. So the old man hasn't got that technically advanced yet, but we're trying here. Wow. So after this happened, nobody really said a whole lot. There wasn't any carryover effect or anything like that. So my first question to you is 3 games, Cheese. Is that? I mean, I know it's not really going to affect a pitcher because he pitches every 5 games, so maybe that's why they did it that way. But
so he's not a reliever. He's a starter. He's not a reliever.
Well, actually, I take that back. You're right. He is a reliever. A reliever. So yeah, I guess that could affect him. Do you think 3 games is too many?
For a reliever, that's actually quite a bit.
Right.
Because almost every reliever pitches every 3 days, and some of them, a lot of them, especially the good ones, will pitch twice in 3 days. So, I guess that's probably about right. I mean, it's tough. Some of the punishments on those are just different than others. I don't know why, like how they decide that. I don't know if he appealed or not, but like, just be mature. Like, don't be a baby. Like, of course, I mean, I guess pitching's routine. He didn't like that, but just to throw at him, oh God, like, Get a life, man. Like, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah, see,
there's so many other things that people do to show up pitchers compared to that. That's ridiculous. Of all the things to throw at him for, that's crazy. I'd almost rather they throw at him if your guy had been hit the inning before and Sal Stewart did nothing and you just throw at him then. That's actually better. At least you're getting your teammates back. This is just petty. It's stupid.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's crazy, and I think because maybe it was so petty was the reason why he got 3 games, and his manager got a game too because the manager came out and argued and everything else. And I don't believe he got tossed from the game, but kind of strange that all that happened in that moment. Are we going to say, Cheese? You know, we're talking about the National League Central a lot today. Are there some rivalry starting to cook up here in the National League Central? I mean, maybe that's going to spark a rivalry between the Pirates and the Reds. We've got some other rivalries, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. I know you've got Milwaukee and Chicago that are pretty good rivals right at the moment. So what do you think about rivalries, and are they a good thing for the sport?
They're a very good thing for the sport. It's good. It's just it's more entertaining for the fans. It's just the players like it too. It's great, big time rivalries, and there hasn't been a lot of rivalries in this division in recent years because some teams have been really bad for a while. Like the Pirates have been really bad for a while. Reds made the playoffs, but they had a big drought before that, so there hasn't really been like a Cubs-Reds rivalry in a while. I think we're about to have one, which is awesome. And the Cardinals, they dropped off a little bit. Cubs-Cards is always a rival no matter what.
Right.
But it's been Cubs Brewers the last couple of years. That's what the rivalry's been. So yeah, I could see all kinds of rivalries going on in this division now. And it doesn't say if he appealed or not. I just looked it up to see if he had. But what they might do is they appeal, and then he'll pitch like an inning or two, and then he wasn't going to pitch next day anyway. Then they'll say, okay, we dropped the appeal, and he wasn't going to pitch next year anyway. So it's only a 2-game suspension instead of 3. They might try that. A lot of teams do that.
There you go. There's ways to get around stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you're Sal Stewart and you know that's what you did, you got plunked right away. Would you blame him if he turned around and did something crazy and like charged the mound or something nuts? I mean, it's not just you. I get it. I'm a little hot-tempered as well. I'll admit that on the show. I'm not sure if you're really all that hot-tempered. I really haven't seen it with you before, but. I mean,
I'm so angry. I turn into a green monster and get angry, so don't anger me. When I get grumpy, though, I'm fine.
Well, yeah, we know you're grumpy. I mean, you've been. That's why you ended your recap drafts the way you did, so you wouldn't be so grumpy. I even put that out there for you. So.
I wanted to finish with the NFC East because they all had good drafts, so it was more positive.
And we enjoyed the positivity, sir. So. It's not just about what's going on in that at bat. It is the consequence that happens later on. What would the Reds do if Sal Stewart got suspended for 3 games, especially like maybe against the Cubs or something like that, like they're playing right now? That would have made a huge difference, right?
Not in the Pirates series because he didn't get hit, but
Stop it.
No, but you got to think about that too. But a lot of times when they do charge the mound, they're not thinking that way. They're just like, I've had enough. Most of the time, it's a buildup when they charge the mound, or somebody said that they hit you and then they say something, Like, I don't know how Mike Piazza didn't charge him out and beat the crap out of Roger Clemens when he threw the bat at him. I don't know how Piazza held back, but he did. You got to give him credit for that.
You do.
Yeah, man, I know Clemens is huge, but still, I'm charging the mound if I was Piazza.
Well, I'm not sure if he's huge because of muscles or if he's huge because of needles.
Good point. But no, I mean, it's good to have composure. It's good that Stewart didn't, and he's likely going to be the guy for years to come that's going to be the guy they hit, in situations where you hit my guy. So he's going to have to get used to maybe just dropping the bat and walking to first, because usually they go after one of the best players, and of course he's one of the best rookies in the game. So he's probably going to be someone they target in the future. I know it's 2-0. I got it on the TV right here behind the computer. Cubs just had the bases loaded and didn't score. So.
Yeah. We were just talking about the Reds not hitting with runners in scoring position. Your Cubs are following suit a little bit there.
Oh, not tonight. Oh, yeah, they have not done that tonight.
All right, all right. So let's look at a couple of these players. Next week we do have a sponsorship put together for this. I didn't get it all put together, so I teased it last week that we were going to have a new sponsor. We will. It'll be here for this spotlight spot here in the MLB 4-pitch talk. I swear I'll get it put together, but I didn't have the code or anything done right the moment, so I didn't want to do it. Hang on here. What we got? Yes, yes, that is correct. Very, very, very Reds move. Yes.
Both teams have done that in this game. Like this game is 2-0, but there have been so many base runners. This could be 6-4.
All right, so let's pull something up here. We'll bring this up here. So these are the 2 rookies of the month. We've got them up here right at the moment. Mr. First Down, I see you. I'll get to you here in just a second. So you got Kevin McConnell. His batting average is 328. He has a 935 OPS with 15 extra base hits and 13 RBIs. Sal Stewart, on the other hand, 281 batting average, 943 OPS, 9 home runs, 29 RBIs. Cheese, I'm going to make you choose. Which one would you want on your team? Don't say Nico Horner.
Well, he's not a rookie.
I know. I'm just giving you a crap.
Probably McGonagall. The thing is, Sal Stewart's I gotta look. I'm trying to look up Kevin McConnell's defense because I didn't.
Well, you know what? Why you do that? Let me add you a third. Let me add you a third option because I told you earlier that yes, I wanted to do a spotlight. I like doing one in the National League and one in the American League, but I had to do a third guy. Colston Montgomery for the Chicago White Sox. And I think this is actually more impressive because he plays for such a terrible team. All right, so he debuted on July 4th of 2025. And since then, in 103 games, as a shortstop, he has 30 home runs, number 1. He has 77 RBIs, ranks number 1. Shortstops throughout the league. This is over Ellie. This is over every shortstop. All right. Slugging, 526. He's first in slugging. On OPS, on base plus slugging percentage, he's 5th in the league at 846. Weighted runs created plus, a stat that we love here on this show. He is 5th in that as well, 131. And F-WAR, which is Fangraphs WAR. WAR is wins above replacement. He is 3rd at 4.1. So in those 103 games, 1st in homers, RBIs, and slugging percentage, 5th in OPS, 5th in weighted runs created plus, and 3rd in F-WAR. So I don't know, Cheese. Does that change your mind? Are you going with Colton Montgomery instead of one of the other 2 guys that are up here on the screen?
No, I would still put him 3rd with those guys. He is the best defensive player of the 3, but he's like a 220, 230 type hitter. He still doesn't hit for average enough for me, but he is a very good defensive player. Both Stewart and McGonagall have a little bit negative defensive ratings so far this year. So I will take McGonagall. He's hitting 315, 407 on base, 1.6 WAR. His WRC plus 149. So I will take. Only has 2 homers though, but was he called up right away? But he's
been here since day 1, I believe.
Day 1. He has walked the same amount of times he struck out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my point here, and yes, Roger, I get it. The White Sox are 17 and 18, which
they've been playing really well.
They have. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up. And then, of course, we got somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you, Cheese. Okay. So yes, we appreciate Ramen watching us right the moment too, along with we're getting to 50 here almost here. So a bunch of people watching this just on X alone. We appreciate that. What I wanted to kind of get at here is I take this back off the screen and show the big sexy guy over here on the right-hand side. Yes, we know about McGonagall and we know about Sal Stewart. I think most people do in the baseball world. But did you know about Colston Montgomery, Cheese? Did you know about him?
Oh, I knew about him. I didn't know he was doing that well. But I didn't. And the thing is, like, you have Murakami as well, who's tied for the league lead in homers. Did you see Murakami um, was he hit his first double of the year. He has 12 home runs and hit his first double yesterday. He hadn't doubled at all. How do you do that? How do you hit 12 home runs and not just luck into a double? I guess he's really slow, so he doesn't turn those singles into two baggers. But that's just crazy. But no, this is the year of the rookie, especially batting, especially hitters. I've never seen a rookie class like this. I remember looking before the season started. I love top 100 lists. I'll look at Fangraph, MLB, Baseball America, or whatever, and I look at the list and I'm like, and all of them were like projects to be MLB this year. Just like 7 of the top 10 were like projected to make their debut this year, and I'm like, holy crap! And it's a loaded top 100. It's not like some years you have 4 or 5 guys and there's a big drop off. No, there's like 15 to 20 really just like studs. So this is the year of the rookie. And last year there were like 2 guys that Cade Horton and Drake Baldwin, right? There was a big drop off to the third best rookie, right?
Yeah.
Those 2 guys wouldn't even be in the discussion probably for rookie of the year right now.
No, they would not.
So, even though they're very good, but
and you got a couple pitchers in there as well. The Yankees pitcher is probably in there, and there's a couple other pitchers too. So
yeah, McLean for the Mets, there are, but there's still so many good young bats, so many bats. Like it's a very possible Moises Ballesteros doesn't even finish top 5 in rookie of the year voting, and all these Cubs fans on X are like, "Oh, he's gonna win, he's gonna win." I'm like, have you seen the stats on the other guys? Like he's not even close to the favorite right now.
Well, I'll tell you what will be interesting, though, Cheese. We are going to do our lights out list here at the very end of the show. We're going to have Mr. First Down on next. We'll talk to him about Titans football, especially, and just some of the other things going on in the league. We will then bid him adieu, and then at the very end of the show, we'll be doing our top 10 players in the National League Central, and I think it'll be interesting to see if Moises Ballesteros makes that list for either one of us. Let's move on to question number 3. In the last 11 games, Cheese, the Rays have allowed 13 runs and have only lost 2 of those games. But
crazy.
I know, isn't that amazing? It really is.
Wow.
It's consistency. 11 games, only 13 runs. But 4 teams, Cheese, have given up 70 or more runs in those same 11 games. San Diego's given up 70. Cincinnati's given up 73. Arizona's given up 76. And Baltimore has given up 77. We just talked about the rookies and how well a lot of them are hitting. Is the overall offense improving that much, Cheese? Or is the pitching in baseball just getting that much worse?
I know it's 2 of those teams are your 2 favorite teams.
Yes. Yeah, they give up a lot of runs all of a sudden.
So, yeah, both my teams won every game over the weekend, and both your teams lost every game over the weekend.
Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it.
I almost texted you, but I didn't want to rub it in. I'm like that. I don't rub stuff in. I don't.
No, you're just grumpy.
Yeah, and even though I just did it now. No, here's what I think's happening. I think it's this new the strike zone, and you can challenge calls. I think it's helped the hitters more than the pitchers. I think it's helped the pitchers in only like the lower strikes, maybe. A lot more maybe lowered the zone a little bit, but everywhere else, right, left, up high or inside, outside, high. I think it's helped the hitters. And I think that's why the offense is coming back. And I think it's been really exciting. I'm actually really enjoying watching games this year because of that. And it always makes me happy when some of these umpires who I've never liked keep getting challenged. It's a lot of fun.
Did you see where? Oh, I believe it was I think it was in the game last night where there was a call challenged, and I think inadvertently the umpire tapped his.
Oh yeah, it was the Cubs-Reds game.
Yes,
yeah, I watched it.
I saw it, and it's like, oh, he knows he missed the call. Look, he's calling.
He missed it, and he's like, yeah, I missed it because Carson Kelly immediately tapped his helmet. Yeah, and then he did it too. Yeah. No, to answer your question, I don't think pitching's getting worse. I think it's just the new challenge systems help the bats help hitting. Mm-hmm.
So now MLB has given out 6 rookies of the week so far, 5 hitters: Sal Stewart, McGonigal, of course, as we touched on those a minute ago, Chase DeLauder from the Guardians, almost said Indians, Woods from the Nationals, Pahey from the Dodgers, and
Right.
Murakami, we just talked about him a few moments ago too, from the White Sox, and only one pitcher, McLean, has gotten that.
McLean. Yeah.
So, do you think there's again? So you're saying no, you don't think that the pitching has regressed, but doesn't that kind of say otherwise? Five players that have got rookies so far of the week that are all hitters, and only one pitcher.
It just says that it's a better rookie class for bats, like I just said like a few minutes ago. It's just no, I don't really think pitching's just regressed like all of a sudden. It just so happens there's just at least more bats that are being called up so far than pitching. I mean, there were some really good college pitchers in the draft last couple of years, so I think they're probably close to coming up if they've not been called up already. So no, I just think the ABS system, and I think there's just a lot of really good hitting rookies. There are a lot of them. By the way, Bregman RBI single PCA scored 2-1. Reds still lead.
Okay, so they're at least trying to come back, right?
Well, what do you think? Do you think that the hitting is ahead of the pitching now? What do you think? Because usually, a lot of times hitting doesn't like really take off till June, like the cold months, April, May, and that hasn't happened this year. It's been a lot of hitting. What do you think?
I think it's a combination of a couple of three things. I think you brought it up already. Some of the rules, I do think, and that was kind of the next one that we were going to look at. Are the rule changes affecting this? And I do think the balls and strikes are affecting it, especially here in the last few weeks. I think a lot of catchers and a lot of hitters were kind of, I don't want to say shy about doing it, but they were cautious, maybe, let's say, about tapping their helmets. Well, I think now they're getting a little bit more brave. They're starting to see more pitches. They understand the umpires. They see it. And there's been a couple of these pitches, and I know you've seen it too, where I mean, just it's like a stitch. It's just a little bit on the outside corner or the inside corner, and as long as it touches it, it's a strike. I'm not sure if that's the way we need to go. That's the only thing I will say so far that I don't like about this particular rule is, I don't know. I think maybe you're going to have to go to where it's a quarter of the ball or something like that in the strike zone, or I don't know. I like all this offense. I don't know.
I like it because we already have more offense. Let's help the pitchers out a little, because it used to be you get some umpires, they will give you an inch and a half outside every time.
Depending on who you are.
Or high, or just depending. So these pitchers would pitch according to that way, and it would really hurt the hitters. This at least gives them something. Okay, if you just get that square or rectangle, I guess it is, then in the box, then you get the call. So I actually like that you just all you have to do is get part of the ball. But I get what you're saying. But I like that. There's even some people saying the whole ball should be in the box. No. Well, if they do that, then hitting's really going to take off.
Then we're going to go the opposite way. Yeah.
Because pitchers, they like to hit the corners. They like to hit the bottom right and bottom left corners. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. So last thing here on this topic, again, 11 games. The Rays have only given up 13 runs. They lost 2 of those 11 games, even because of that. And I don't know if you saw over the weekend, Cheese, I'll throw this little stat out there too. I don't think I have it later on, and make sure. No. Okay. So I did see the National League West for the first time ever on Saturday. Every team in the National League West had at least a 3-game or more losing streak all at the same time.
I saw that.
That was kind of crazy too.
Yeah.
All right. So now, should this fact that we seem to be scoring a bunch more runs and stuff, should this fact discourage adding more teams and diluting that pitcher-player pool? I mean, should we just stick with the teams that we have now? Should we really look at adding a couple more? Should we look at adding 4 more? Do you think this affects that at all, Cheese?
I don't really want to add more, because what will happen is they'll go to, if they add 2 more teams, right? There's 30 teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll go to 4-team divisions, and you'll have 83, 84 win teams winning their divisions and getting home playoff games over teams that win 87, 88 in tougher divisions, missing the playoffs. There's already, honestly, I wish there was 2 divisions in each. I wish it was just East and a West like it was when I was a little kid. I don't like all these divisions. So no, I don't want to, that's what's going to happen. It's not going to, if they want to, they pretty much, to keep 3 divisions, they have to go to 36 and add 6 teams to 3 6 teams divisions. So no, Just keep it as it is. They don't need any more teams. We just and what cities would you do? Like
Well, I tell you,
New
maybe we should.
Orleans?
Well, I don't know about New Orleans, but I tell you one city that I think would really be in the running, and we'll have to talk to the guy who we'll have on the show here in just a couple minutes, who's waiting off stage right at the moment for us to shut up about baseball and get into football. But I'll be asking him about Nashville. I think Nashville is a place to where we will put a baseball team at.
I'll just tell you this: I lived in Tennessee for most of my life. It's not a baseball; it's a football state. I would not put a baseball team there. I just wouldn't. It's such a football state, big time. I mean, the Vols are just everything there. So I was thinking New Orleans. You have like the LSU. Baseball's big in Baton Rouge. You could in there. Maybe Charlotte. I don't know if Charlotte would support a baseball team.
Charlotte,
you have to have
possibly.
Tampa Bay was a terrible, terrible choice. They don't like baseball in Tampa. You have to pick a city that likes baseball. So
I think you could go up to like Portland, up in the, what was that going to be, the west of the.
Portland's a disaster right now. You don't want to put anything there.
I know. We'll see what all happens. I think there's multiple cities to where Major League Baseball, and I'll tell you, from the Cincinnati Reds, being that guy that follows this team a lot, I'm sure if Ricky or Roger are still listening, they'll back me up on this. Barry Larkin lives in Orlando, Florida, and he is pounding for the Orlando, Florida to have a team, even though they've already got, 3 or 4 teams down there as it is. So I don't know if that's viable or not either, but
I don't know why they first of all have to have a dome stadium because it gets so hot there. Second of all, there's so much to do in Orlando. There's like 100 things. I know that because in a week and a half, I'm going there on vacation. There's like, there's 100 things to do there. So like, why would you go to a baseball game? Like if there's all the other attractions, I think it'd be a terrible choice. But see, that's the thing is like, there's no really great city to put another baseball team. You don't want another Tampa Bay, where even if they're good, they're not even getting 10,000 people come to the game. Miami, Florida's just not a good. Miami Marlins. You thought because Cuba is baseball's huge with all the Cubans in Miami, it'd be huge. No, they don't care. They don't go out to the games. So you have to have some kind of. That's why I said New Orleans. At least they have that Baton Rouge connection. The LSU baseball is huge.
Now, so I believe this is Roger that's doing this here. He says thumbs down to Orlando, but he does bring up an interesting city. You ready?
Okay. I liked the Expos. I liked their.
I loved them.
I loved that. They had the coolest hat.
Oh, there we go. The merch, the Football with Cheese mug.
Do you know I went to see a Expos game when I was a little kid?
Yeah, you're dating yourself really bad right now, but that's
I was a little kid. Yep. My family, we went on a road trip and we went into Canada for a couple days and we went to actually, you know what? We didn't go to Expos game, but we toured Olympic Stadium. That's what we did. Never mind. The Expos were out of town.
Hey, but you know what's the stadium? Funny? That's more than I've ever done.
Well, that's where they played. But you know what's crazy? It was raining outside. That's the leakiest stadium I've ever seen. It was leaking all over the place. Like, how do they play baseball here? It was leaking all over the field.
Yeah, but a ringing endorsement for the Montreal Expos to be the new expansion club in Major League Baseball. Yes. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you batting cleanup brought to you by ForwardFan.com. You can go to ForwardFan.com right now. And the concept here is that you lock in your ticket price for the upcoming big event, sporting-wise, through ForwardFan.com right now. Let's take a look at a couple of these here real fast. We'll do that here. I've got a couple of them pulled up. Chicago Cubs. If you think these Chicago Cubs, now the first place Chicago Cubs in the National League Central, will make it to the World Series. Again, as we have talked about before, between $1,500 and $2,000 for a World Series ticket. Right now, you can go to ForwardFan.com and lock in that price at only $250 per ticket. So great bargain there. If you feel as though your Cubs are going to go, geez, give me an American League team. What do you know what? We talked about the Chicago White Sox two or three times today.
Their pitching is much better than I expected. Like Eric Feedy's pitching well. When did that ever happen?
Yeah. So look at this. We'll look at each Chicago team, right? The Cubs were 250. Well, if you think the Chicago White Sox will make it to the World Series, they're slightly cheaper, $10 a piece. So go to forwardfan.com right now.
It's just $10.
Lock in.
If they make it, you literally could go to the World Series for $10.
For $10. That's right. That is insane. So yes, everybody go to forwardfan.com, our newest sponsor here of the Lights Out Sports Podcast on All Gloves Off Sports Media, and you will be able to go, if you're the White Sox fan, for $10. All right, Cheese, 4 kind of quick hits here, and then we will get to Mr. First Down here in just a couple of moments. First, the Yankees radio personality John Sterling passed away this week. He broadcast Yankees games from 1989 to 2024 in his career. He called 5 World Series championships. He did broadcast for 7 decades, including stints with your Braves, the Atlanta Hawks as well, and even a couple of other teams, the Nets, the Islanders, and before they became the Washington Wizards, the Baltimore Bullets. He was 87 years old. Cheese, is baseball the best sport on radio?
Oh, absolutely. It's not even close. No, it's not even close. I could keep going, but I don't know. I'm trying. Oh, no, you're not. Okay. I was going to say, do you have a follow-up question? It'd be helpful if I read the full notes before the show.
That's okay. I do have one follow-up question. There's another one.
Okay, go ahead.
It's what do you expect from your radio announcer? I mean, when you're listening to a game, what do you expect from them? How do you expect them to describe everything? I mean, what are you looking for from a radio announcer?
It is, like I said, the best in baseball. It's just, so the radio announcer, it's completely different. So when you're on TV, you can describe the replay as people see it, right? You don't have to, like, you can just tell, right? When you're on radio, you have to show and tell. You have to describe it down to exactly what happened, and then when the replay happens, you have to describe the replay. Like the person listening, if you're not watching, if you're in your car or just listening to the radio, you get everything from that radio announcer. He tells you everything that happened. So if this person made a great catch or a great play, he can't just say it. Oh, he made a great diving play. No, you have to describe it. So it's just so much harder to do radio than do TV. It's okay, William. You're forgiven.
Right. We'll give you one. We'll give you one a month, William.
Don't you agree? You have to be a storyteller. You have to be able to describe. And baseball is just really tricky. It's much tougher than other sports to describe what's happened on the field.
Yeah, you were talking about the Montreal Stadium. How about that? Okay. That was a good humor by Roger there from the Red Hot Reds podcast. So, yes, I agree with you. And I tell you what else I love. I like a major league player to be like the color guy. Not necessarily the main commentator, but I like them to be the color guy. That way they can, a John Smoltz. We are, for Reds country, we're very lucky. We have Jeff Brantley, pitched for a long time, can really kind of break down what's going on. Sometimes he'll even call the pitch before. It's like, I know that you watched a ton of games with Tony Romo. And Romo will be like, okay, here comes the defense. And as I'm seeing it, this is what I would do. And, some of that kind of thing. And it's good to get that experienced person in there who can give you a little insight. That's really good as well. But describe the stadium.
Well, just somebody who tells you things you don't know. Like we are big. We know a lot about baseball. You know more than me, but and I know a lot about football. I want to watch something where I learned something. Like Tony Romo tells me things about how a quarterback sees the field, how you do. Like I learned things from him. I've learned nothing from Tom Brady. Absolutely not. I've learned nothing from Troy Aikman. They have not taught me, said anything that I didn't know except maybe a story about a player or something. But Tony Romo, I learned about the game, him. John Smoltz, I learned about baseball listening to him talk and how a pitcher approaches stuff. So yeah, I think that's really important.
So I've got a thing here. I wanted to put this up here. So John Sterling, he has a record The legendary play-by-play radio announcer called 5,426 regular season Yankees games and 225 more in the postseason. I was trying to get the number here. Yes, so he has called. There's his record: 5,060 from 1989 to July of 2019. He called 5,060 consecutive New York Yankee games.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, not my favorite guy. I don't really like all the antics and stuff that he does. But man, to call over 5,000 consecutive games, that's impressive. That's impressive. And I have this for you. This is a patch. They're going to start wearing this when Toronto comes back to home. They're going to put this on their uniform. So I don't mean to speak ill of a person that has passed away, Cheese, but he's a radio announcer. Does a radio announcer deserve to have a patch on a baseball uniform?
Oh, yeah. Radio announcing.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, radio announcing. We just talked about how important it is in baseball. Legendary radio announcers like Vince Scully, just listening to him call a game, like talk about a game on radio is incredible. I loved it. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even if he's not your style, but he means a lot to the Yankees, means a lot to the fan base. So, yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. At first, I was wondering about it a little bit, but you've kind of convinced me. So.
When you're a radio guy, I used to listen to Braves radio some growing up, and they would rotate their TBS guys in the radio. I don't know if you knew that. So like Skip Carey is my all-time favorite play-by-play guy.
Okay.
But because he's just amazing, but he was so good on radio because he's such a good storyteller. He would describe it so well, like you felt like you were seeing it. And so it's just tougher to do radio. You have to, there's some guys do radio then switch to TV in the middle of games. They've done that. It's got to be so hard. But yeah, radio. I think it's really tough. Baseball radio, some of the toughest thing you'll do in broadcasting. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
All right, sir. So as of Monday, after sweeping the Reds, I know this has been a couple of days ago, but this is a great stat. As of Monday, after sweeping the Reds, the Pirates had a record of 19-16. And they, Cheese, were in last place in the National League Central, a theme we're doing a lot here in the show. But yet they had a better record at 19-16 and being in last place in the Central than 13 of the other 15 AL teams. What do you think about that? Isn't that crazy?
Last place, yeah. I mean, they'd be first in 2 of the 3 AL. I think probably the Rays and Yankees got to be the other 2 teams, but that just tells you how good the Central is. That just tells you, and we talked about the Pirates. They're 9-7 against the Central. So they've already played. That's a tough schedule. They played a very tough schedule. They're going to start playing easier teams. So look out for them. They have a bright future. They have a lot of really good young players.
Yeah, we got 2 more things to get to here. I want to get to them pretty fast because we got Mr. First Down off air here. He put his kids to bed early. He drugged them with NyQuil and said, hey, I got to get on the Lights Out Sports podcast. So we got to bring him up here in just a second. Viewership for Fox Saturday Baseball is up 40% from this date last year. Why do you think that is? And do you think that's going to have a positive effect on the labor agreements that will be happening later on?
So the labor agreements, let's talk about that next week. I could go off on it. Like I have a lot to say about this topic.
Okay.
I want to talk about that and how it might affect the trade deadline as well. We'll do a deeper dive on that next week.
Let me write that down.
Yeah, make sure we write that down. I really want to talk about it. We'll talk about it throughout the week. We'll collaborate. But it's up 40%. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's been exciting. I've really enjoyed baseball. This is the first year I've had a 2 TV setup. So I can put 2 games on at once, and I'm putting on games. I can watch any game. So I'm putting on games when if like the Braves game ends, I'll put on another game. And just it's just been fun. Just the challenges, the offense is up. I've just enjoyed it. So I'm not surprised, and we'll talk about it next week. I'm not sure if it'll affect it, but and by the way, we're tied. Michael Busch, long gone, 2-2. The Reds bullpen is. It's not doing its job.
No. What inning are they in?
8th.
8th inning. Okay.
Another lead lost late for the Reds. Still tied though. But that pitch was a meatball fastball right down the middle. Just.
Yeah. So you're saying you could have hit it out of the Wrigley Field?
Do you, real quick, I know we got to get this first down. Do you think it'll affect it, the labor agreement?
If I were the owners, why would you want to strike right now? I mean, you're making tons and tons of money. Mm-hmm. That's how I think if it does affect it, that's how, that would be my jumping off point for it. Okay. Why, if you're making tons of money, would you would you do it? It's kind of like All Gloves Off Sports Media. We're adding Mr. First Down to our lineup. We're adding Cheap Pop Society to our lineup. I'm not ready to tell you the other one that we're going to add to our lineup, but I finalized the deal today. So we're going to add another one to our lineup. And I've got 4 or 5 other appointments here in the next 2 weeks to look at adding more podcasts to our lineup. It's just growing and growing and growing. And it'd be like me looking at you and saying, okay, man, we're done. Why? We're growing so much. Yeah. This is doing so well. Why in the world would we say we're going to quit now?
Ego, and they want to win, and it goes back to the 1990s when they wanted a salary cap and they caved, and the players beat them, and it's gotten out of hand. And the Dodgers are one of the problems. We'll talk about this next week. The Dodgers, they want to win. That's what it's about. They have money no matter what. But I do want to talk about next week, so make sure you guys tune in next week about how it might affect what teams do at the trade deadline, with the possibility we might not have a season next year, and how that will affect it. And if you're a bad team and you're a seller, do you have more advantage? We'll talk about that next week.
Okay, excellent. I'm looking forward to that now. You've got me all excited. Yeah. All right. As revealed on MLB Network earlier today, and you've seen it because you've been watching the game, I'm sure you may not have noticed it, but Sal Stewart shaved his facial hair because he's been in a terrible slump. He's 2 for 23 before tonight's game, and he was 0 for 19. So a real simple question, Cheese. Do you believe in superstitions?
No, not at all. If you know me, not at all. He got a hit yesterday and he had a hit today. But he looks so different. Have you seen him now?
Yes.
He looks
I saw him on the interview today. Yes.
You know what I want to call him? I want to call him Bruno. He looks like someone named Bruno that would hang out with the Sopranos now. Since he shaved it, he looks like Italian all of a sudden. He looks like a mob guy without the. I don't know why. He just he looks so different. But no, I don't. Do you believe in superstitions? Are you a guy that won't touch the chalk? You'll jump over it.
No, in fact, I'm the guy who will purposely do it in front of everybody else. Like, look, there's nothing to this crap. You make your own luck. It's skill that you have. It has nothing to do with any of these other things. So I don't believe in superstitions at all. In fact, I'm like the anti-superstition guy. I'll be the guy who walks under the ladder on purpose, and I'll break the glass on purpose and just turn around and look at people like, okay, whatever, and move on with my life. So, yeah.
Yeah, if you let superstitions control you, then they control you. They have power over your life, over things, your decisions and stuff. So, no, but baseball, I'm sure you know this. They're some of the most superstitious people in the world. Like of any sport, they're so superstitious. Like Wade Boggs, every time he played, had to eat chicken before he played. I would do that too, just because I like chicken, not because it's superstitious.
And I had chicken tonight, by the way. So, in dedication to you, sir. My wife and I ate orange chicken tonight before I came on the air with you. So.
Cool.
All right. The one thing we've got to do right now, he's been patiently waiting off stage. Oh, I can see him. He's all excited. Look at him, man, just shaking. He's pumping the fist. He is raring and ready to go. He is our newest addition to the Lights Out Sports podcast family, and he is also the newest addition to All Gloves Off Sports Media. He'll be starting soon. Here he is. Let's give him some music. Starts off really slow. This is great podcasting right here. I should have started this a long time ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, here he comes. We're going to add him up to the stage. He is the one, the only, the best Titans fans around. He's going to help us have a good show. Mr. First Down. How you doing, buddy?
I'm supposed to help you have a good show? Oh,
yes.
Shoot. Oh, man.
Whoops. Wrong guess, Mike.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Oh. Let me put my shirt back on. Hold on. Anyway, a moment for me to take cheese to the woodshed real quick, if I may.
Uh-oh.
Rob Manfred, MLB commissioner. Nashville is at the top of our list when it comes to expansions. Look for it to be coming soon, before 2030 or right after 28 to 2033, according to the Tennessean. There's an ownership group ranking with names such as Nicole Kidman, Garth Brooks, and Peyton Manning that are part of this ownership group called Music City Baseball. So they are making preparations. It's coming. Now, the one big hurdle you're going to have is the stadium. So shame on you. We are all town for all sports. We cannot be stopped. Nashville is here, ladies and gentlemen. But I
saying it's not a football. You saying it's not a football city?
No, it's totally a football city. I just wanted to spite you because baseball's coming. So
well, I used to live in Chattanooga, and I had so many friends that were like, "What are the Vols doing? What are the Titans doing? What are the Braves doing? Oh, I don't like baseball. I
get it. You're an SEC country, but I would say definitely in Central Tennessee. Now, if you remember, the Yankees used to practice down here near Nashville. They used to practice at a place called Smyrna, and they would practice at a place. I can't remember. I want to say it was Tuscaloosa. Not Tuscaloosa. I'm sorry, Tullahoma. And they would practice down here. So you have quite a number of Yankees fans, people that became Yankees fans, because they would come down here and do it. But I can tell you this. It is football country. I do not deny it. But there is quite a large number of baseball fans. By the way, go Guardians. I can't win a game to save my life the last week, but by God, they're trying to make it happen. Anywho, I just had some fun. I just read that while I was waiting. I was like, is that true?
Nicole Kidman, the Australian actress?
She lives in Nashville.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, she did some movies. She did some movies and stuff here. Whatever. The big name there is Peyton Manning. I guarantee you he's fitting most of the bill. So I would say that, but I'm sure there's others on there. I saw Tim McGraw on that list as well. So quite a number of the country music stars are investing money in this. But according to the Tennesseans, they are prepping for it. So there you go.
Wow. All right. Well, I hope you feel better, sir. You got all that off your chest there?
Yeah, I was so angry. I was overloaded with rage. I was just bursting at the seams. I feel so much better. It's great to get these things off your chest.
I'm so sorry that I think Tennessee people love football so much.
How dare you, sir?
You know this. Like, if you live in Tennessee, like, Mike, I'm sure you live in Ohio. It's the same way. Like it's Vols are playing. Like,
yeah, it's football.
There's no one on the road. Like the Vols are
football.
On. That's what you're doing. You're watching.
If
Ohio
you go
State's
to
the same way, right, Mike?
I'll never forget walking through Knoxville when it was game day. There were people literally shutting down the gas stations and walking up the road. Like it's important here.
Oh, I had to park. Last time I went there, I had to park like 2 miles from the stadium.
Oh yeah, you're not going to smell
it. It might have been longer than that. It might have been 2.5. Yeah.
You were still in a line too, I imagine. So yeah,
I can tell you the Ohio State Buckeyes have a 100,000 person stadium, and the Reds have like I think it's like 36,000 or something like that. So,
Reds have a beautiful stadium though. Oh, that thing's gorgeous.
It is. I like the stadium. It's just not very large because they don't want it to look bad and not hold too many people. They don't want it to have all these empty seats when they're showing it on TV. So
right, yeah.
It's one of the big things that the Diamondbacks are all upset about out here. I mean, we have a 48,000 seat stadium, and half the time they have to give tickets away in the upper level so it looks full. So
wow,
that's okay because I take advantage of those free tickets, so we're good.
A couple of years ago, it was full in the playoffs because they made the World Series.
And that's the other way you look at it, right? If you've got 48,000 people, that means you made some good money that day, right?
Very, very much so.
Yes.
Depending on.
All right, let's get into our NFL talk. Let's get into the music, and let's change the graphic in the background, and then we'll start firing stuff over at Mr. First Down. Here we go.
I ain't talking to you, cop.
All right, so Mr. First Down, of course, was just at the NFL draft. I know we got a bunch of questions here. Cheese has pretty much put all these together. I got a couple that I want to ask for it's all said and done, but Cheese, I'm going to let you take a few of these here. Shoot away, fire at him. Just don't talk about the pass blocker that's a really good run defender. Would you please?
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that. He's so good at defending the run. Like, he's so good at it. That's what everyone wants to talk about. So, Mr. First Down, you went to the draft this year. We're going to talk to you about that. How many is this for you?
This is my fourth one. This is my third in a row. So
fourth draft. Okay.
Yeah.
Just tell our viewers what it's like in general and how it's different from watching it on TV.
So the most beautiful thing about it is, and you guys, I imagine, have seen how I dress. Super fans come out to these things, but it's mostly you get to see all the fan bases, and I have so much fun meeting all the other fans out there, chit-chatting with them. You eat food, you have drinks. It's just a very fun time to talk football. There's autograph sessions of former players all over the place. There's events going on. There's games to be played. The NFL has you download an app when you enter, and there's contests you can win, like get a picture with fans from all 32 teams and put it in there. And if you're one of the first ones to do it, you get a prize. So, like, there's a lot of things to do when you're at the draft. Now, I like meeting all the fans. I like chit-chatting with people. I was on TV. I don't know if you guys saw that. And I was on the what was it called?
Was it NFL Network or ESPN?
ESPN.
And then I watch NFL Network. Yeah.
Right. No, I get it. I was on CBS Pittsburgh. And as of this morning, I was on USA Today on their paper in their sports section. So cool. I was a busy man. But yeah, no, I have a lot of fun. I eat at the local restaurants. I meet with people. Steelers fans are really fun. But like I got to tell you, the best outfit, best outfits every single year I go. Every single year I go, the best outfits are the Raiders. They wear the coolest stuff. There was a guy in full Predator garb, like top to bottom. I was stunned, like absolutely stunned, because I was burning up. That guy had to be roasting under that outfit. Like,
I mean, their tickets were so cheap because their team's so terrible. They got money to spend on outfits.
might be looking up.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That was a first for me. But they're just fun. You get to go and see the world, see the country. And go around these places, and Pittsburgh is kind of hidden away. Like, you can't even see it from a distance. I was 2 minutes away from my destination, and you go through this tunnel, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, city. It just magically appears right in front of you. Yeah. It's really cool. But I enjoyed the drafts. I enjoyed being close to the stage. I enjoy not being close to the stage. There's just a giant footprint. It's got great food, great drinks, and great times. Haven't had a single problem out of one. So,
is it easy to keep track of who's drafted, or is it kind of like, because it's obviously in TV, it's really easy. They put everything on TV.
Well, they have TVs.
What is that like?
They have TVs everywhere, like everywhere.
So you don't like, if you can't hear the pick, it's not like one of those things you don't know what's going on. You
right. They had these little circular things up around Pittsburgh. And it would say the team and the time was going off of it. So if I had to just walk by, I could look and see who was picking and whatnot. But they have TVs everywhere. They have a lot of I already was, but more famous. My legend grows in stature. But anyway, but they have like those inflatable things with the project screen on them and all kinds of things. They had a barge in one of the rivers that had a giant TV going up it, which was pretty cool. They were broadcasting it on the bridge. There was no way you were going to miss the draft. They put TVs outside all of the bars. Like there was no way you could not see who was picking and what. Not a chance.
Because that's one thing I always wonder about the draft. Never gone, thought about it, but I'm like, I don't want to be in like a crowd of people where I can't even hear and see what the pick is, and I'm on my phone. I don't want to be on my phone all the time, you know.
No,
So,
right,
I was just curious
right.
about that.
That's my thing. I was like, I should probably get pictures, like, and then I forget, and then I'm like trying to get pictures with people. But like, you don't have to worry about that. I've been at every single one, and every time they make the pick, everybody gets real quiet. So,
Except for that guy that ran on the stage and tried to do the Steelers pick.
Yeah.
Except you get to hang out with him.
No, I chose not to. I avoided him. That's riffraff. I'm big time, you know.
Yeah, I think the headline on USA Today was "The Power of the Ginger," right? Power of the Ginger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, many are called, few are chosen. Here I am. I have arrived. But no, like I judge things like because we drove 6 hours and 40 minutes. I had to drive through Ohio. Ooh. But so I got through Ohio. Buddy. No. Anyway, but it wasn't so bad until you reach Zanesville. Once you reach Zanesville, it wasn't too bad.
Are Jaguars fans the worst? Be honest. Are they the worst?
I will tell you this, and I mean this with most unbiased thing ever. Everybody else, like I'm dressed how I dressed, right? Everybody goes, "Oh man, this guy goes hard for it." The Jaguars fans are the only ones to say something mean to me every single time.
They're awful, man.
I don't get it.
I don't know what is about Jaguar fans. They're horrible.
They're just, I don't know. They're just angry Floridians. I have no idea why they're so mad. Maybe they have meth gators in their area. I don't know. You know, I don't get it. Maybe because the Gators aren't so hot anymore that they're kind of falling apart. I couldn't tell you. But they are pretty razzy crowd, I would say. You know, but they're the only ones that I've really got a lot of jawing with. So
I don't know what it is about Jaguar fans, but that they're just
they're spicy.
Yeah. They're.
I don't know what the issue is either. We said hey to one literally, and she looked at me and went and kept walking. I was like, all right. It just kept going or whatever. So, you know, people are, they're spicy. I don't know why they are, but they're spicy.
All right.
Because they have to live in Jacksonville. That's a great comment. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe because it's not Tampa. I don't know.
Oh, they anytime I criticize any move the Jaguars do on my channel in the comments, they're all over it. How dare you criticize the Jaguars? You know,
it's them or the Bills fans. If I say one thing against Josh Allen, like, hey, I don't think he should have thrown those 4 interceptions in the playoff game. That's not why they lost, though. That's not why they lost. You know, it's just instant anger. I'm like, did you like it when he threw 4 interceptions in the game? You know. It gave them a 10-point swing before halftime. You know,
I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off, but maybe I'm sure. No. I just I need to tell Mike something.
Go ahead.
Pagan is down and he is hurt. Bad.
Bad
for the.
What do you mean he's hurt?
Like he's on the ground, like in a lot of pain. I didn't see what happened. Maybe Roger saw, but he is down. Pagan, Pagan, I guess he's a bullpen pitcher.
Yes, he's the closer.
Yeah, he is. It's I don't know what happened, but he's down and he's in a lot of pain. So
that stinks.
But Jaguars fans, man.
I don't get it.
Let's get to let's talk about the Titans here and the Titans draft. So we had you on last about 6 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, and I believe I called it on this show. I believe I called it accurately.
Did. And at the time I was like, they're not going to do that. But yeah, you said they're going to take Colonel Tate, and most people expected them to draft a defensive player, especially with Jeremiah Love off the board. Why did you say that? Because that's who you wanted them to take, or did you actually make a projection, or both?
So I always cringe about talking about this because I want to be quite clear. I'm not some expert. I would call myself football savvy. No, I am pretty savvy. And I look at Mike Borgonzi, the GM, right? Obviously very smart guy, well respected around the league already as a GM, which I appreciate. It's been a while since we've had one of those. And he gets up there, and does he mark me as somebody that is going to pick a running back in the top 10? He does not. He is a football nerd. He believes that wide receivers at this time are more important than running backs. And we can have a whole debate about that if we want to. I've seen it a million times play out on podcast after podcast. But right now, I don't think he views running back at as a high premium position. Now, to add on to this, I already had this feeling. To add on to this, he fell while delivering a pitch. It says. Yeah.
Okay.
Poor guy. That stinks. To add on to this, the beat writers started saying, I'm not buying Love. And if they're not buying Love and your beat writers, by the way, you should always read your beat writers over the national media. They know your team way better.
Except for the Packer beat writers, but that's
right. But that's, yeah, I get that. Now, I'm an owner. You have to listen to me. So the beat writers started saying, I'm not buying Love at 4. And I saw 2 of them start saying it. I said, they know something. They've got to. There's no way they're going to throw themselves out there. So they started kind of preaching about it. And they started saying Avril Reese or Reese
or Styles.
Bain, Reese Styles or Bain.
A lot of people thought Styles. A lot of people thought Salah would love Styles.
Right. So one of our beat writers, my favorite beat writer, is a guy named Paul Koharski, who people give a hard time. He's got a New Jersey accent. He's lived in Tennessee most of his life. And he says, I think it's going to be, and this is what I was waiting to hear from somebody smarter than football than me to say it. I think it's going to be Tate. He's got great hands. He's got great ability. And this is perfect for a young quarterback with a rocket arm like Cam Ward. So at that point, I felt pretty good. Like I felt like this was going to be the guy. And I was more than happy to do my happy jaunt onto this podcast, do it on my own podcast, which I got a lot of heat from Jaguars fans for no reason. No, I'm just kidding. I got heat from my own fan. I got, if you go through my Twitter, I got heat from my own fan base for saying,
I'm sure.
I said Tate over Love. You can't convince me otherwise.
I was shocked when you said that. I was like,
yeah, I was like Tate or trade out, and people started getting like uppity. And then I think I said, oh, it got real quiet in here all of a sudden. So Tate, I got to go to a film study a couple of days ago. I like Tate. I think he was worth the fourth pick in the first round. And happy to have him. I hope he gets open for that post route and catches a ball that may or may not be slightly overthrown by Cam Ward for a touchdown.
So, Mike, do you feel better about Jeremiah Love pick, knowing the Titans weren't really in on him?
No, I didn't. You know me. I didn't like the Jeremiah Love pick as it was. So, it's that wasn't a big thing for me. But I tell you what is a big thing for me. Mr. First Down is famous. A simple Google search.
No. And there I am. That's me, baby. Not the guy with gold, the other guy with the bow.
We know.
Yeah, the other guy. I know it gets confusing.
And then let me do one more here.
Oh,
that's kind of the iconic picture that you took of this year's with the bridge in the background and all that. I really do like that picture. So
thanks.
That looks like that Batman movie. That looks like the same bridge.
Yeah, it is. They filmed it there.
Ah,
they filmed it there. Yeah,
that makes sense then.
Yeah. But when it comes to like Jeremiah Love, Teron Davenport, who covers the Titans for ESPN, came out and said that the big discussion in the room at that time, even when round 1 was going on, was is it going to be Reese or is it going to be Tate?
Yeah.
So that was they knew at the beginning that it was going to be one of those two. So that's what it looks like it came down to. And Teron's pretty good at his job. I
absolutely would have taken Reese. I absolutely would have run to the podium, and he was still there.
No. You got to invest in your young quarterback.
I get that, but I also think you should take the best player, and I just love Reese.
Reese is not exceptional at anything, though. He's just a well-rounded player. He's not exceptional.
He is exceptional. I disagree with you, man. His upside, his film is incredible.
Upside. He doesn't have upside. He's just a well-rounded
player. He's still learning pass rush
moves,
man. He doesn't even know the moves. Wait till he learns them.
No, he is fundamentally sound. He is not exceptional.
Take
it to the bank.
Disagree.
I call Tate. I'm calling this. He will be a mediocre player in the NFL.
I don't think Tate's exceptional. Honestly, I think Tate's very good. I don't think he's exceptional. I would have rather had Jordan Tyson. Honestly, he was higher on my board as a receiver. They were close, but so you don't think.
Oh, please, come on. Tyson, the injury-prone guy. Tyson doesn't have. You know what Tyson has in contested pass range? What do you think it is? 60.
I don't know, but
what is the contested
pass range? I'll say this.
Hold on. Who was the contested? What's the contested pass range
that's
of
one
Tate?
Stat, but I'll say this: Jordan Tyson doesn't have to make contested catch when he's always open. When he's running unbelievable
He's not going to
routes.
be always. Oh, please! This is college ball.
Watch
Tyson
his
is
film, man.
I have. I've watched his film. I think it's okay. It's not great.
Okay.
I think there's no way. I had
them both right next to each other. Just had
Cheese. You're a smart man. There is no way. If you go back, I challenge you. Go back and watch film of Tate and Tyson side by side. There is no. Okay. Well, there's no way you're saying Tyson then. No, not a chance in hell.
Absolutely. I will say Tyson's slightly better. I do. Now he's got to stay healthy for sure, but I think he's a better route runner. I think he's better at the line of scrimmage, getting off the ball. I think he's way more polished at this point. I love the way he moves. I love his double move. Tyson,
he has a good. I will give Tyson a double move, and he is better off the line. Everything else, Tate is way higher. I guarantee you. I got to watch this with Greg Cosell in Nashville. I'm telling you, Tate is way better than he is.
We'll see.
I'm telling you. Oh boy. All right, you're going down, Cheese. You're going down.
The fact you didn't say Arvo Reese isn't exceptional is just crazy, but whatever.
He's not exceptional. Go listen to the Athletic podcast on him. Go listen to me.
I don't need to listen to the Athletic podcast. I watched the film. I watched the games. I watched it. I don't need to listen to someone else's podcast.
Tyson is a well-rounded player. He is not exceptional. I'll stand on that.
Agree, disagree.
That's fine.
All right. So,
bye, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for pissing off our guest, Cheese. I appreciate it.
It's good debate.
But this is what we do, right?
Yeah,
we don't always all have to agree. And we're going to see what happens as
What are we talking about now?
Yeah. I know that you want to talk about them trading back up into the first round, Cheese.
Shocked me, by the way. That shocked me. That shocked me.
The thing you want with edge rushers is you want them to be good run defenders. And I don't know if you knew this, but Kendrick Falk's great at defending the run. So
that's the rumor, I guess.
It's the first thing everyone says about Keldrick Falk. If you don't know the joke, we talked about on this podcast before. But Keldrick Falk, the Titans moved back in the first round and drafted him. To me, and I want to get your take on this, because I think he seems like a strange fit in the Robert Saleh defense. Because he usually prefers more like smaller speed rushers, more just like quick, violent type of rushers, and that's not Keldrick Falk. Why do you think they traded up for him?
So this is one I'm in total agreement to, because they traded back up, and all of a sudden people are hitting my shoulder at the draft when I'm eating a hot dog, going, "What?" And they traded back up. What do you mean they traded back in? So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I see Keldrick Falk, and I said the exact same you did. I don't understand. My guess, Cheese, is that they're looking at Myers and Simmons, and they think maybe another strong guy there on the edge, but I'm not really sold on that. The Falk one made me raise an eyebrow. My only guess is that maybe White Cotton, the defensive line coach or something, was in somebody's ear. Like, I can do a lot with this guy, maybe. Maybe Saleh was the one pushing for him. I'm not exactly sure. I do like, now, great hands, big length, typical, what anything you could ask for as far as measurements when it comes to a defensive end. Run stopper, I guess, which I laugh really hard at that. It's true. He only had 3 sacks last year or something like that.
Every time someone brought it up, when Wayne did he picked him in the our special podcast, and then the TV, every time someone talks about him, the first thing they always say, well, he's such a good run fending edge. Like, that's the first thing. And I'm like, that's good. That's a plus. But the main thing a pass rushers do is rush the passer. That should be the main thing. And I'm just like, why is that the first thing? That's not good. If that's the first thing you're saying.
I'm not wild about it. Like I said, I'm in agreement with you. I was not wild about this. Maybe they see something I don't. Once again, I think I'm savvy. I don't think I'm incredibly smart, but maybe my only guess, Cheese, is the reason they're doing this is because they like Myers and Simmons on the middle of the defensive line, and they think that Kendrick Folk on the edge will do something, provide for him. Because isn't correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the guy they signed from the Jets kind of rangy too? Was it Jermaine Johnson?
Jermaine Johnson?
Yeah, isn't he kind of big?
No, I
don't think.
I think he's like 255.
Is he 255? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So maybe this has to be. My only guess is that this has to be a package or something that I'm just not seeing. We haven't quite figured it out yet. Kendrick Falk got picked. Some defensive guys I talked to that I like said, this is kind of a guy that has a high upside kind of thing. I'm not wild on high upside guy, but
me either.
They feel like they could do something with him. So, okay. I will say this, if he was on your list and you went and got him, then okay. If you have somebody circled on that list, because you and I have said before multiple times that this draft was wacky anyway. It was an odd draft. So if you had certain players on that list and he was one of them, you got him, good for you. But I didn't understand the trade up for him.
I just feel like he's kind of player you talk yourself into. He's 20, maybe 21. He's like young, and he's got length, he's got size, he's a good athlete. Like, he's got traits. So you might just talk yourself into, or like you said, maybe some coaches, maybe
somebody had to be.
Somebody
it sounds
like, I can make this guy a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
Got to take the shot.
Look at the measurement. Look at the size of his hands. It just totally feels like somebody was shaking Mike Borgonzi's arm, going, "Please, please, 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 please." Over and over. Yeah, please, sir. I like a 6'3" defensive end who has trouble sacking the quarterback.
But he's really good against the run. He can run.
Stop it. I know. I feel like Hades from Hercules. I know.
All right.
Well, we know that
just we all know Jermaine Johnson, by the way, 6 foot 254. I just want to talk every once in a while. So please go ahead.
No, please do. I love to hear that melodic voice. I want it to come across me.
So obviously you agree with the 4th overall pick. You agree with Tate over Reese, obviously. But I thought they should have gone defense with the 4th pick and then gone receiver in round 2. Obviously,
I'm going to be very mature about this. Whatever. Anyway,
okay. But of course, you don't know who's going to be available at the same time when you.
No, not if Tate was taken there. Let's say Tate is gone and Love is gone. I believe that would have been the Sonny Styles shot, probably right there. That would be my guess. Wait, no, I'm sorry. It would have been Reese there, not Sonny Styles.
Reese, right. Yeah. Well, so who would you rather have? I think I probably know this answer, although you weren't high on the Falk pick. But would you rather have Colonel Tate and Keldrick Falk, or what I would prefer is Arvell Reese and Denzel Boston? What would you rather have? Because that's what I would have done. Then I would have taken Reese, and then what I picked in the second round, Denzel Boston would have been there. I would have taken him. That's what I would have done.
I like Boston. I'm trying to decide if I like Tate more than Boston. I had to read up on these wide receivers right here.
Well, I obviously you like Tate more than Boston. I mean, I like Tate more than Boston too.
No, I get it.
Would you rather have Arvell Reese over the combo?
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to put myself in the frame of mind you're talking about. No, I'll stick with Tate and Falk. Maybe there's got to be something I don't know. There's just got to be. So, Well,
Mike, what would you do? What would you prefer? Because you know Arvell Reese a lot.
He's going to pick you, Cheese. He's your co-host. Duh. Duh.
Well, I mean, you are the newest guy on All Gloves Off Sports Media, so we got to make everybody happy here. We got to
top of the world, baby.
Wealth here, son.
That's right.
So give me the 2 players again, because I know I wasn't even paying.
I know Mike really likes Carnell Tate though too. So Carnell Tate and Keldrick Falk are the 2 players that Titans end up with. What they could have done, this is my scenario, I would have taken Reese. We know that. Mm-hmm. And then where they picked in the second round, Denzel Boston was still available. So I would have preferred Reese and Boston. Of course, they don't know Boston's going to be there. I didn't think he would. So would you rather have Carnell Tate and Keldrick Falk, or Arvell Reese and Denzel Boston?
I'd rather have Reese and Boston if I'm going to pick 2 guys. But I'm going to say that. But I do understand Mr. First Down saying, hey, you got to help your quarterback. And I think Tate being that first pick is the guy you need to help your quarterback with. Now, again, if I'm picking for Arizona, like we've talked about before, I'm not helping their quarterback because they don't have one. So I'm going to pick the defensive guy, right? And I'm
They have a running back.
Yes, I'm going to put him beside Budda Baker in the defense, and just I've said it I don't know how many times on this show. I'm going to put Reese beside, I'm going to put Reese beside Budda Baker, back there, and just come on, throw the ball, run the ball, do whatever you want. We're waiting.
How dare you talk about Jacoby Brissett that way? Shame on you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Shame.
Yeah,
endless shame.
I'm gonna make
a pox upon your house. Pay him.
How about this?
You want Will Levis?
I'm getting ready to do a thing on the sports pulpit.
He's the Hellman's mayonnaise guy, right?
That's right. Yeah. Come on, he's not doing anything.
Oh man,
he's getting beat out by Mitchell Trubisky. Come on in.
Well, I'll give you a hint. I'm going to be doing a 5-part series on the sports pulpit that'll start tomorrow. And I'm going to talk about a certain quarterback. And I don't think that the starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals this year is currently on their roster. So I'll just throw that out there.
Ooh, he doesn't like Carson Beck.
Doesn't like Carson.
No, I don't.
I don't either. Does. I have not met one person that's like, oh, just love Carson Beck.
I don't know anyone that loved that pick. I don't know a single person that said, "Oh yeah, 65th pick, first pick of the third round." I love it.
I don't see his jerseys either. I don't see his jerseys in the stands. I don't, I don't see it. Yeah,
it'll be on clearance in 2 years.
I felt for you, Mike, when I saw Carson Beck go. I was like, Lord have mercy. And just when I thought the Drew Aller pick couldn't get any worse.
But the thing is, the Cardinals. I mean, okay, Jeremiah Love. Okay, he didn't love it, but he's amazing. He's amazing talent, and I love the Chase Besantis pick, and I love the Caleb Proctor pick. So in between, they did really well. It's just, oh man, the players that.
How many running backs are on that roster right now?
18.
Okay, I was starting to think. I was like, wait a minute, that's quite a bit of running.
They have the deepest running back core in the league.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 guys that can start. What?
James Conner, it's his birthday today, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, Old Man River.
Well, maybe because he was injured, but they probably can get something for Trey Benson. I'm just saying, they could probably get something for him if they want.
How old is Trey? He's got to be kind of getting up there, right?
He's been in the league 2 years, I think.
Okay. I thought he was older. All right.
Yeah, 1 or 2 years. No. He was a 3rd round pick.
James Conner, 31 years old, by the way.
Good old
James Conner's old. Yeah, but Trey Benson's young. Yeah.
Wow. James Conner's 31 years old. And you say James Conner is old. Good Lord. That means I'm ancient over here in the corner.
Buddy, I turned 40 in April. I feel you.
Well, since I've got like 13 years on you, okay, you can feel me all you want, I guess, but whatever.
Tell me about the good old days, Papa.
Well, here's one I want to talk about because this is an interesting one to me. The Titans moved up again from the 3rd round to the 2nd round to take Anthony Hill, linebacker. He was expected to go earlier than that. A lot of people had him in the top 50. I think I had him in the 40s. I'd have to look back, but I'm assuming you like this pick a lot because I did, and a lot of people.
I did. I think this guy. I mean, they're talking about this guy like being a starter, like he's going to probably start. And this was a solid pick through and through. This guy feels like a solid pick all the way. Well-rounded guy, tough guy, very smart player, very instinctive. That was the one thing that struck me. So I was happy about it. I'm glad they got him. I have no problem trading up to get him. I was not wild about Falk, but I am wild about Anthony Hill. I thought that was well worth trading up to get him all the way, especially if you get a starter there. If he starts, then you're killing it.
I think he can play on all 3 downs.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, linebackers fell in this draft. Off-ball linebackers,
oh, yeah.
For whatever reason. Jacob Rodriguez fell to 43.
Weird position.
CJ Allen fell to 53. Like, it fell. And that's why they trade up. They're like, this guy's still on the board. I would play him at weak side linebacker, like the Packers use Edger and Cooper. I would put him there. I think he will thrive as a starter. And I thought that was my favorite pick of the Titans. I assumed you liked it. So,
Anthony Hill. Yeah, no, I'm about it. I thought it was great. So there will be no qualms for me. Especially if he starts, then you've nailed it. I got to figure out when they're going to do training camps and stuff like that, so I can be one of those nerds with his binoculars hanging over the railing, going, "Your foot's all wrong, Anthony. Get it right." Training camp people are
any linebacker with his athleticism, 3-down potential. It's no brainer. You go up.
It's kind of shocking to me though. Like,
it's the position.
Yeah, it is. It's just
so many
odd.
teams don't value the position anymore.
They don't.
So many teams play 3 safety looks with 1 linebacker. So
right,
it's been devalued. That's what we've seen this draft. Certain positions have been devalued, and linebacker is one of them. Off-ball linebacker.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it is. It is. I laughed so hard I got spittle in my lungs.
Hate that.
Yeah,
it happens to Mike all the time. Apparently,
you made me laugh, Paul. I'm sorry.
Mike Big gave you a look like, oh yeah, I know that happens.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Everything's fine. No, I'm very happy about Anthony Hill. I hope he's a starter. That would be great. Borgo reigns in another one. But yeah, no, I was a little dubious about not having a 4th round draft pick, but I like Anthony Hill, so I think he's well worth it.
Okay. So the Titans, because of the trade ups, they didn't draft again after that pick with Hill till round 5.
I hated that, by the way. If you know me, I was sitting there like, you
want picks. You want picks.
I want picks. I think I told everybody, like, to my own detriment, I will trade out of every pick that I can. To my own detriment.
Well, I agree. I mean, stats have been proven. Analytics. The more picks you have, the better off, because you can miss on some guys. The volume is better.
Correct.
It's better to have
more
volume.
bites at the apple. More bites at the apple.
And also, analytics has shown if you double down on positions of need, if you miss on one, you hit on the other, you're fine. So, but the Titans didn't draft an offensive lineman until round 5.
Right.
They drafted Fernando Carmona, I believe.
I believe that is correct.
Yes. Does that concern you at all? Because that's not really a strength of the Titans.
So here's the deal, right? I don't know about you. I didn't really like a lot of the linemen in this draft. I wasn't very wild about them. So like taking one there is just kind of like cool, I guess. You got to have depth there. We don't have depth there. I was happy about later on with Coogan. I thought that was fine too. I was surprised he was still there, to be honest with you. He had a pretty good year. I mean, he was hoisting a trophy at the end of it.
He was terrific in the college football playoff.
In the college football, right. He was on fire. Yes. I'm pretty sure he was drafted just for the college football playoff that he played so well in. But I don't mind adding depth there. I'll be honest with you. At that point, I was like, I didn't have a 4th round draft pick, so they picked something, and it was like, that instant satisfaction you get, from an ice cold Dr. Pepper hitting your tongue. It's
you love your Dr. Pepper.
I do. I really do.
Paid from them, by the way.
I keep trying. Them and Buffalo Wild Wings. I keep trying. But I was totally okay with that pick. I didn't know much about him until we drafted him. I mean, this is very much a depth player, though. I'm not really reading much into him being a full-time starter or anything else like that. They're still signing free agents and stuff, so I imagine linemen will be on the docket.
Well, Carmona is interesting. He was a tackle, and he really struggled. And Arkansas made him a guard, and I think they did him a service. I think he was much better guard this past year. I like that value. I think he has the tools to develop in a starter down the line. I think, he just really, like, 2024 season as tackle. He's their left tackle. He's awful. So, much better guard.
Linemen in college football, and they enter the draft, and it's so bad.
It's so hard.
Bad.
It's
I
so
hate
hard.
it. I remember
they're not strong enough to deal with NFL players.
Skronsky,
get in an NFL weight room.
Peter Skronsky put it best. He goes, "Look, I didn't get my feet under me here till year 3. Like you come in." He goes, "You're not very prepared," and he has argued against people transferring out all the time. It's messed everything up as far as like offensive lineman growth and everything like that. He is not wild about it. But yeah, I think they said the 2 biggest positions hurt in college football with all the transferring is wide receiver and offensive lineman. And they enter the draft and you're stuck in, boy, I hope this works mode for a little bit. So that's just kind of how it is. I wish it wasn't, but cross our fingers. But yeah.
Well, so that's the Titans draft. That's
all, folks. Better bet.
Well, now that the draft's over, now
Mhm.
that's after we talked about this, when we had you on last, and
Mhm.
you talked about you don't think the Titans will finish last again in the division. Do
I
you?
don't.
Right. So do you? And obviously you think the Colts, with Daniel Jones' injury, they could be behind the Titans. But how about this? Do you think they can compete with the Titans? The Titans, the Texans and Jaguars. Do you think they can actually compete in the division this year?
Right now, all you need to do is focus on getting 6 or 7 wins. Now,
Okay.
I tend to I know my show is called Fanboys Unleashed, but I tend to temper down, not to be one of those people that are like, it's Super Bowl or bust now and everything like that. You have to remember you're coming off 2 seasons where you've only won 3 games each season. That transformation doesn't just happen unless you get extremely lucky and all the clocks strike midnight at the same time. Now, have you improved? Undoubtedly so. You have improved. I don't think it's enough to push you over the top. The Texans are still going to have a mean defense.
Mhm.
And the Jaguars are still, I mean, let's face it, they were probably the most balanced team in the AFC South last year. In the AFC South, not anywhere else, but the AFC South, they won
13 games.
Yeah, no, good. I mean,
you don't luck. You can luck into 10 games. You can't luck into 13 wins.
You can't luck into it. As much as I despise their fans, you can't luck into it. And it's so funny because I said before the year started, I said I am about done with Trevor Lawrence. Like, it's make or break time, and he made it. He made it the last year before I made my proclamation.
I thought Liam Cohen should have been Coach of the Year, but they gave it to Diney Ricci's Love Boy.
I always, what is Abraham Lincoln's quote about not shouting down the better angels of your nature? But as I watched the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel thing unfold, I'm over here with that Bill Hader sketch. Oh, that's terrible. With like his coffee. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sad. I'm trying. I'm struggling, but I'm trying. But if you get third, if you can maybe steal one of those games from the Jaguars, because let's face it, Cohen and Saleh going against each other twice a year sounds like a lot of fun to me anyway. So I think if we could steal one from them, maybe something can happen. But I expect to be in third place. If we get second place, I think that's the ceiling. I do not believe in Achilles injuries and quarterbacks. I'm not ready to jump on that Colts bandwagon. I know they want to run it back. I know they had success last year.
They were 9-1, and then they collapsed.
And they collapsed.
Yeah,
they absolutely collapsed.
They overachieved. I mean, they were good, but they weren't 9-1 good. They overachieved and then underachieved. Yeah,
right. Yeah. They punched above their weight class, and good for them. But I don't know about you. I don't feel good about Achilles tearing a quarterback. That's
Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't the same the year after.
He wasn't.
Kirk Cousins was not the same the year after.
No, he wasn't. So, and this is what I've said. And Colts fans want to know it's going to be fine. He's got Taylor or whatnot. I'm like, okay, well, you still have to pass the ball sometimes. So, this is what it's going to come down to. And I don't think Daniel Jones and a torn Achilles is a good idea. Not the horse I'm betting on, not the colt I'm betting on anyway. So.
All right, gentlemen, here let me jump in here for a second. All right, so we've got Mr. First Down,
Michael.
He is from Fanboys Unleashed. There's the spot for him right there, right?
It's over there.
And he, ladies and gentlemen, is just the start of the guests that we're going to have over the next few weeks. So Mr. First Down is today. Next week, we're going to have Isaac from Fun Football Podcast. He is a Packers fan. I can't wait to see him and Cheese talk about the Green Bay Packers next week. You can catch him at Fun Football Pod on the 19th, which is 2 weeks from today. We're going to have Tommy Benedon. You can catch him at TJ Bennett 37. He will be talking about the Boston Red Sox and the New England Patriots. And then the week after that, we're going to go college football. Michael Cortundo, I believe is how you say it, and he will be here. You can get him at Diablos005. He is one of the beat writers for the ASU Sun Devils. So we will go Green Bay Packers, Patriots, and Sun Devils over the next few weeks. So stick with us, and we'll get all of those things done here soon. But we are with right now Mr. First Down. Mr. First Down, I got a question for you here. I've been to Pittsburgh a couple times. Used to live in Ohio, okay?
Okay.
So did you ride the cable cars that go up the side of the mountain? Did you do that?
No, I did not. I stayed in the footprint because you could have drinks in the footprint and walk around. So that was where I spent most of my time. Real quick, though, I know Isaac from Fun Football Podcast. We text each other a couple of times a week.
Oh, well, shoot, now we're taking him off the schedule now.
Oh, yeah, no. I look, it's worth it to watch him and Cheese just admire.
I never met him. We follow each other, but I never met him before.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. He gets overhyped, I think, a little bit too much, as we are all prone to do. But Isaac is a pretty smart guy. Him and the show he runs there with Med do a good job for sure. Right, and for those of you who don't know, Med, who was with us on our on our draft show we did just a few weeks ago, that was Med. Yep. That's how Did he have us picking a lineman? He had us picking like an offensive lineman. I felt like I needed to throw something at him.
No, he didn't. No, he did not take an offensive line for the Titans. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Did he pick? Wait, no. Did he pick for the Titans? No, he didn't.
Okay. All right.
He didn't pick for the Titans.
No, I think it was with Isaac. He picked offensive lineman, and it
was the Falcons fan guy picked for the Titans.
Goss, right?
Yeah.
I think he picked Love. I have to go back.
So he followed the Schrager path.
I picked for the Cardinals, so it was the day before the rumor that Jeremiah Love was going to the Cardinals came out. So I picked Arvell Reese for the Cardinals. And then the next day, it's like the owners saying we're taking Love, and it completely flipped. So I took Reese for the Cardinals. And Mike was happy about that.
Sure,
they took Love.
Sure, I was.
Is that why he started growing his midlife crisis beard?
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, Mr. First Down, I got one more question for you. We'll let you go.
Sure.
Okay. You were at the
draft. I didn't mean what I said about Tyson. I mean, I did mean it, but don't let me go.
I've been looking forward to this, getting this question because
right, go for it.
I've never been in the draft. Mike hasn't either. Okay. We want to know because we know about fan reaction of all the picks in the first round. Obviously, you were surprised about the trade up for Keldrick Falk, but what was the biggest surprise for the fans? What reaction did the fans give the craziest reaction to? I'm guessing Ty Simpson. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. That was exactly who I'm going to. Gentlemen, let me set the mood for you. It's the sun is almost gone. It is dusk. There is probably a 300-pound man, probably 10 feet away from me, on his 8th or 9th 40 of Miller, over there with a giant. Oh, I got music with it. Okay, so picture this guy. He's there. He has a construction helmet with big ram's horns that go all the way back, like Stephanie McCurry in wrestling, massive horns. And he's sitting there, and he is like, "All right, let's do this. He's going on and on about a Mekhi Lemon or whoever. He's talking about a new wide receiver. He's talking about a great new defensive player. So, I'm sorry. I just remember this so vividly. And there's 5 Rams fans near him. And here comes Goodell. Whoa, sorry, it's so funny. Walks on the stage and is they select Ty Simpson. This man, it is 10 seconds of silence. And he grabs his helmet, yells the F word, and he ricochets that thing off the ground. It is doom! And off it goes. And the other Rams fan next to him just crushes his cup of liquor that it just seeps down from his hand. And they were absolutely devastated. Not happy at all. I hung out with the Jets fans who were very funny in their own right. I was talking to a guy as a Jets fan that had on the back of his jersey, "Dear God, make it stop," was what it said on the back of his jersey, which is terrific. And we saw the Rams guy losing it. And of course, we're trying to hide our laughter because this guy, devastated. he's probably talked himself into it by now. He's probably watched Dan Orlovsky 18 times in a row defend the pick over and over and over and over again. But it was clear and evident on all of our faces, and especially their faces, that Ty Simpson, that is a mighty, mighty swing of the bat.
So then, Cheese, were you there? Or Cheese, wow.
Hi.
First down. Were you there all 3 days?
I'm part of your network. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
What did Jeremiah? What did love do to you? Look at you.
I'm disconnected over here. I've only talked like about a minute and a half in the last hour. So were you there all 3 days?
Yeah, we left a little early the third day. My Colts fan cousin had to get to a daddy-daughter dance, so we left a little early on the third day. But we got you got to do that. I guarantee you, if I had a daddy-daughter dance, I would fly or whatever I had to do. So we left early that day. But I mean, Pittsburgh showed out. It was a great giant footprint. There were 800,000 plus people there. You didn't have to wait in big long lines. It was not all crowded in one zone. You know what I mean? Like, obviously draft stage, fill. Mm-hmm. But anywhere else in that large footprint, you could easily walk around, not have to wait in line for drinks or food or bathroom. Totally fine. Had no problems whatsoever. So they did a good job with that.
Okay, and we appreciate them doing such a good job with that, the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and everyone else there. But I do have to ask this, and maybe it's just me because of the job that I do, right? So I do the first responder thing. I work in a prison, right? I'm always looking over my shoulder. Yeah. Did you catch yourself doing that? Like, oh man, there's so many people here. I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about that, or did that not affect you whatsoever?
No, it doesn't really bother me. I like people, so I might be one of the few people that actually like people. So I'm happy go lucky. I was just skipping merrily down the sidewalk. I'm just saying.
He's comparing himself to you. He's listened to your channel, sir.
What? Cheese is a very.
No one else likes people.
No one else likes people. I love people. I love the people. The people are great. So,
except for Jaguars fans.
I try to love them. They just push me away.
They're not lovable.
They just need love. They need it, though. You could see it.
They don't want it. They don't want it.
The bad partner, right? I could fix them. They
you can't fix them.
They're damaged people, Sam.
They're stuck in Duval County, and it's just hell on earth in there.
I don't understand the chant. How could you just yell a county name and that's your chant? That's just odd to me. But anyway, nothing really like that. If somebody's super drunk or something, you just make the wide berth like everybody else, around them while they stumble around. I didn't get that bad. I came close, but one too many. I almost got kicked by a Moscow Mule, but I made it.
There might have been a tweet on X about being hungover. I might have saw you post that.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I said we're gonna have a nice quiet day too. Not a lot of yelling. Very calm.
Right.
I found the Starbucks. So.
Okay. Good. So last thing for me, for the two of you today, I'm sure you saw it. So the charges against former Chief and Titan cornerback L'Jarius Sneed were dismissed today.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to ever be back in football, gentlemen?
You want to go first, Cheese? You want me to?
Go ahead and go. He's on the Titans, or at least
he already kind of dropped off, to be honest with you. This is one reason Rand Carthon got fired at his GM job. He would just swing at guys and pay them way too much money to be there. He did it with Ridley. Ridley took a pay cut to stay because he realized his career's in the gutter. Also found out that Daboll was his OC in Alabama the time he was there. But when it comes to Sneed, he was already starting to fall off. There were things he was trash talking in the media about wide receivers, and then he would get smoked by them 3 or 4 times the next game. Like, the guy just doesn't really have it, I would say, anymore. At least not top tier ability like he used to have.
Awful.
I'm sure glad I paid him all that money. Anyway,
and gave up draft capital for him. I
And
think
gave up draft
2 and a
capital.
5. Like
Fired him.
Like,
Yeah.
If the Chiefs trade you, like Chiefs won't give up anyone for character reasons. So like the Chiefs give up on you, it's bad. I don't know. I was shocked by that move when the Titans made it at the time, and then paid him a corner, 2 and a 5. I didn't love it. And Steve Spagnuolo is so good at getting the most out of corners. He makes you look like a Pro Bowler, and when you go everywhere else, not good. Every corner that's been in his system just is not as good. So
it's like a Patriots wide receiver other than Wes Welker, right? Like every time anybody but Wes Welker would leave and they would just be nothing.
Steve Spagnuolo gets the most out of these corners and they go other places. We'll see what happens to the Rams this year because they got a couple Chiefs corners, it just, Darius Sneed, I'm not touching him. I don't think any team should.
It's done.
His play on the field was not below average. It was bad.
It was just bad. He was compromised. Like, we
went from a top 10 corner to a bottom 10 corner like that.
And it wasn't.
Once you got paid, a lot happens. Once you get paid, a lot of guys just they check out. They're like, I got paid. I don't need to work hard. I don't need to play hard.
Yep. And to this day, people wonder, hey, why'd we fire Rand Carthon? And I'm like, oh boy, where to begin? Let's start with the L'Jarius Sneed contract, and then go from there.
Just look at the record. I mean,
right. He'll get on somebody. He'll probably be in rotation, probably for the Rams anyway, or somebody like that. And do something here or there. He'll have one good highlight next year, and then I'll have tweets at me. See, Sam, you shouldn't have got rid of him. Look how amazing he is. Yeah.
The one play on X person. They show one play on X and they retweet it and act like this person's amazing. Oh, I can't say that.
Traylon Burks, right? Traylon Burks was absolutely awful with us. He goes to Washington. He catches a one-handed grab from Mariota. So can you imagine Mariota and Burks, people tweeting, look at this. Look what we lost.
Burks sucks.
Yeah, I know.
It's the Packer beat writers. Lucas Van Ness plays against like a third string left tackle for the Bears because the top two guys are hurt and beats him for a sack. And then they post that and they say, look at the improvement. Lucas Van Ness, look how good he's playing. Oh, okay. He's so good all of a sudden.
No, yeah, I know. I get it. It's a pain. Don't you just love social media? It has so many these capabilities where me, Cheese, and Michael could all sit here and talk to each other about things, and then you have the cavemen that use it
at least
can't
Cheese
use it responsibly.
And Mr. First Down can.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna have to challenge Cheese to a duel, and we're gonna fight over Jordan Tyson. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be biblical.
Here's what I want you to do: go back and watch Texas Ohio State Week 1, and ask Arch Manning about Arvo Reese. Ask Arch Manning what Arvo Reese did in that game.
Texas and Ohio State Week 1.
ask Arch Manning how Arvo Reese ruined his day. There you
go. I mean, that's Arch Manning, though. He's not really that good. Let's just relax, okay?
I think he's overhyped for sure, but yeah.
He totally is. He's a Longhorn. He's overhyped, okay? Just wait. I can't wait because they're coming to UT, and this is all I gotta hear is we want the UT moniker and blah blah blah. And I'm like, great. I have to play against Arch Manning, and they're gonna be way more advanced than the Vols are, I'm afraid. So, but that maybe I'm wrong. I hope the Volunteers beat them. That would do good for my soul.
But you got two freshman quarterback though.
I know. Don't remind me. They tried their damnedest to get everybody. They even tried to get Ty Simpson to come there. They couldn't find anyone. Couldn't. Hurts me bad.
Hurts you bad. Cheese, anything else for Mr. First Down before we let him go, sir?
Yeah, Cheese.
No, I just I know you weren't big on the Falk pick, but he is such a good run defender.
I hate you so much. All I do is love you. And you hurt me. I give and give, and you take and take. This is why Michael looks like he's aged so far.
Right? I did not have this less of hair a year or so ago. Look at that. Look.
As soon as Michael says something, Cheese goes, actually, and then you watch Michael just like he drank from the wrong grail in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Last Crusade. I'm sorry, Last Crusade. Almost lost the nerd card there. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Hey, we appreciate you coming on here. I know you were going to start
No
with
problem.
All Gloves Off Sports Media probably in this next week or so. We'll when we get the exact day and when you're going to do your first podcast with us, we will certainly shout that out and let the masses know. They will tune in groves, I am sure. So thank you very much, buddy.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
No
Have yourself
problem.
a good night, and we'll see you soon.
Later, man.
Yeah, and by the way, Cheese, I'm having a lot of fun with these videos you keep posting on there. Because I'll put some random in there, like, you're complimenting Jerry, are you? And they're like, is he really complimenting Jerry? I'm like, guys, watch the video, for heaven's sake.
I mean, he drafted Caleb Downs. You know, nine teams passed on him, and he was the one who drafted him. So I got to give him credit for that.
Did he, or did Steven hit him with a cane over and over again? Like, hey, wake up, Dad, wake up, Caleb Downs.
Well, I did
Caleb
trash the
Downs.
Jaguars draft. I did trash the Jaguars draft. I
good.
thought it was the worst draft of anybody. I trashed it. It was awful.
Listen. I gave everybody a B+ because this was a wacky draft, and then I looked at what the Jaguars did. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to drop you down to a C, buddy. So
That's very generous. That's the highest.
that's, where that
that's
is.
very generous for them.
I
William
don't
thinks
know. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think William thinks we're done. William, we are not near done. We're going to say goodbye to Mr. First Down, and then we still have our lights out list to do here. So we got a little bit more to do. Don't be thumbs up on us yet.
Avita saying goodbye.
Okay, buddy. Appreciate
Anyway,
you.
thanks for
Talk
having me
to you
on,
soon.
guys. I appreciate it.
Later, man.
No problem.
It was fun. He's a
All
fun
right.
dude.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Absolutely. Now, let me remember which.
So I have some bad news for you. Good news for me.
Oh, so I take it your Cubs must have won.
So the Reds were 7-0 in one-run games. 7-0 going into the weekend. They're now 7-3 in one-run games. It's called regression to the mean. Regression to the mean.
Mm-hmm.
Walk-off. And it was an error by Ellie De La Cruz. Made an error on a ball up the middle. Well, I mean, I guess they might have called it a hit. Looked like a play he could have had. And because he didn't get to it, Dansby Swanson was able to score from second. The Cubs have defeated the Reds. Reds, is it 6 straight now? 5, 6 straight?
5, I believe. Maybe 6, but I know at least 5.
It's like, and they had their closer got hurt. Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No,
those are real tears, by the way, people.
Yeah, we don't fake things around here. That happens after the show. This is a family show, so we don't fake things on live on the air. So anyway, gentlemen and ladies who are watching us still, thank you very much. Number's still way up there, so a little over 2 hours, and we will get this done here pretty quickly. Here, we're going to do our lights out list. It is our version of the top 10, and tonight we're going to be doing top 10 players in the National League Central. All right, Cheese, here we go. Top 10 players in the National League Central. I've got my list. Do you have your list, sir?
I do. I actually worked on this earlier today knowing it would take time. So I had it ready like an hour before the show. Usually I'm doing it like right before.
I was scrambling to put everything together here. So, yeah. That was me this time, but that's okay. So who's going first, me or you, buddy?
What do you want?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Number 10, a Pittsburgh Pirate. No, I take that back. I decided to flip these two. Number 10, the guy who I teased earlier. Is he going to make either one of our lists? He made my list. He made it at number 10. Moises Ballesteros. 306 batting average, 18 RBIs, 14 runs, and 26 hits so far in the young season. Moises Ballesteros for me, number 10 for the Chicago Cubs.
So believe it or not, I didn't put him on the list. For a couple of reasons. One, he's a DH only.
Mm-hmm.
And two,
well, he's caught 2 games.
What? He has caught.
He's caught 2 games in 2 years. So,
but look, he's an amazing hitter. He's a great player. He's going to be their DH for years to come. I love him. But this division's loaded, and he only plays against righties. He's a left-hand hitter. So because of that, and he's a rookie, I looked at the last couple of years, some established players I put a little higher. So he just missed with me. But that's awesome that you put him on there. I wasn't sure if you would. My number 10 is going to surprise you. I had to put there's only catcher on here, but I had to put a catcher.
Hmm.
And I put Carson Kelly, the Cubs catcher.
Okay.
Okay. This dude is unbelievable on defense, unbelievable at framing, throwing runners out. This year with men in scoring position, he is 169 WRC plus, so 69% better than league average. He has challenged 17 pitches and gotten 15 right, and it saved the Cubs 2.2 runs. Okay, no other catcher saved their team more than 1.4, and that's Salvador Perez. Carson Kelly, if he played 80% of the time like most starting catchers, he plays about half the time because they have Miguel Amaya.
Mm-hmm.
His numbers would be incredible. He'd be up there with like the best hitting catchers in the league. I think he's just one of the most underrated players in the game. So number 10, Carson Kelly.
Wow. Okay. I love all the numbers, buddy. I really do.
There's a lot of little things. He does so many things well.
Yeah, you can't beat that. So that's fantastic. I think I cut myself off a little bit there because I was afraid I was going to cough on the mic. I don't like doing that. Number 9 for me, a Pittsburgh Pirate, Ryan O'Hearn. Wait till you hear his numbers. 308 batting average, 24 RBIs, 20 runs, and 37 hits in 31 games. He has been an offensive force for them so far this year. He can play first. He can play right field. So he's versatile for them. He's been one of those guys that they signed in the offseason, and he has paid off. He's really had that offense clicking, and he's got the Pirates. At least he's part of the reason why the Pirates are where they are today. Let me look at the list. He is one of 3 Pirates on the list.
So I didn't have him on here. He's one of the 16 names I wrote down just because of his track record. Just because, he hasn't always been this good. So, yeah. So he was one of the 16 I left off. My number 9 is a rookie by the name of J.J. Weatherholt for the St. Louis Cardinals. God, this guy, it's one of those drafts where the Cardinals just missed the playoffs and they got in the lottery, like got in the top 7 because they lottery balls. And most people had him in the top 5. They got him at like 7. But his WRC plus is 128. He's playing outstanding defense at second base. He has only a 17% strikeout rate, 11% walk rate, 7 homers, 28 RBIs. Yeah, J.J. Weatherholt, man, he's a stud. Number 9.
He is a stud, and we'll talk about him on my list a little later. But the second of 3 Pittsburgh Pirates fall for me at number 8, starting pitcher Braxton Ashcraft. No, not the other guy. He's later. Starting pitcher Braxton Ashcraft. So far this year, he is only 1-2 as far as the record goes, but he's got a 3.02 ERA and in 41 2/3 innings, only 14 earned runs, and his walk to strikeout ratio is 14-45. So, excuse me, kind of came out of nowhere for the Pirates. And he's been a really big addition to them. So at number 8, after Moises Ballesteros and Ryan O'Hearn, is Braxton Ashcraft.
Okay. I have another rookie here at number 8. It's Sal Stewart of the Cincinnati Reds.
He's at 8?
Yeah, he's 8.
We're doing this right now, right? This was the players in the National League Central right now, right?
Do you not have him on your list?
Oh, okay. Keep going.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. So like, what?
He is much higher on my list than,
okay,
than
so
what he is
here's why
on
he's not
yours.
higher. One, he had a bad weekend, so his numbers have dropped off. But
Okay,
he might have
yes.
been higher on the list. Defensively, like his defensive metrics don't look spectacular. So really look 3 to 8 were pretty much dead even. I mean, I just had to pick an order. But yeah, Sal Stewart, I guess he's a first baseman. Is he second baseman? I don't know. Third. He can play a lot of places, but
Yes, but you're saying his defense is bad. But continue.
I
played
don't
first,
think it's been
second,
bad.
and
It's just
third
not
this
as good.
season.
Some of these other players just play much better defense, and so that's kind of typically that's what I do with tie breaks on lists like this. When we did top 10 third baseman, that was kind of the tiebreaker. Yeah, like I said, Sal Stewart till the last like 5 or 6 games, he had won Rookie of the Year. It's going to be a competition now, but he's been tremendous. What did he have? 1 strikeout in the first week or something like that? I mean, he can
Yeah,
hit.
but he had one bad weekend. You drop him to 8. But please continue.
He still probably would have been 5 or 6 before the weekend. And just look, Sal Stewart, he's amazing. Okay, look at the top 7. This is an unbelievable list. This is a loaded division. Not one team has a losing record. I have Sal Stewart at 8. You okay? You gonna be okay?
Yes. No, I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm disappointed, but I'm fine, sir. All right. So for me,
Mike
after
hasn't hit one apparently.
no, he's not one.
Okay.
He's not even in the top 3, to be honest. So but
There's
he's
another
higher
Reds
than
player.
8. So
I honestly had another Reds player at 11. I couldn't just find room for him. I'm sure you're going to say him soon.
we may have to fight over this list where it's all said and done.
I knew ours would be different.
All right. So for me, you mentioned him a few moments ago.
Okay.
The next guy on my list, number 7, is J.J. Weatherholt. He's a rookie. Yes, 28 games, 33 hits, 7 home runs. His walk to strikeout is 18 to 28, but he's only batting 246. So that Cardinals team has a lot of guys on that team, if you look at them, who have hit a lot of home runs, but not a lot of batting average or anything else. So some things that I like and some things that I don't really like. So I put J.J. Weatherholt. He is the first of, 2 Cardinals on this list, and he falls for me at number 7.
Yeah, I have 2 Cardinals. By the way, Sal Stewart, he's more stolen bases than Weatherholt, but he's hitting 252. Same homers. So Weatherholt probably better defense, but they could have. I had him back to back. Just saying. Okay, who's my number 7? Oh yeah, my number 7 is a Cardinal, another Cardinal, Jordan Walker, outfielder for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's off to an amazing start. He was like a top 10 prospect that just did not work out, at least at the get-go. Struggled last year, and he's having a breakout year. He's got 10 homers, 28 RBIs. His walk rate's improved a lot. Another thing, I would have had him higher because he's hitting 308, 377 on base, but his defense in outfield is not so hot. He's, of all the ones on the list, he had the worst defense, so that's why he's not in the top 5, but he's still amazing with the bat, Jordan Walker.
All right, so my next player at number 6 is the first Red on my list. He's 3-1 with a 2.20 ERA, 41 innings so far, only 10 earned runs. His strike to walkout is 13 to 46. And I honestly probably would have had him higher had he not given up 5 home runs so far and only 41 innings. That's a little high. So I put Chase Burns, Cincinnati Reds, at number 6. I'm sure that's the guy you were talking about that is your number 11. You knew I was going to put on this list.
God, I wrote down the names. I'm like, this guy's definitely in the top 10. Then I kept finding names, and he's the guy that got pushed out. Yes, Chase Burns is number 11. And like I said, when in doubt, I went with track record. Like the tiebreaker was track record and then defense. And, his ERA was in the 4s last year. So that's the main reason. But he's got incredible stuff. He's going to have a great career. Okay. My number 6, I doubt you put him on the list, but you should, is Seiya Suzuki of the Chicago Cubs. He hurt his knee in the World Baseball Classic, but since he's come back, so he missed the first 2 weeks, but he has been incredible. He's been so clutch. He had a 3-run homer last night against the Reds. They were down 3-0 to tie the game. He is walking a ton more than he ever has. He's hitting 321, 417 on base percentage. His WRC plus is 173 for the season. And his defense, they moved him DH last year because his defense had dropped off. His defense has actually been slightly above average this year. So yeah, number 6, Seiya Suzuki.
I don't know about you.
WRC plus 173. Hitting like 370s men in scoring position. 3-run homer against the Reds yesterday. And
in 22
Valentine
games,
out.
Because he was hurt. Only
Valentine
got 2 doubles. Only has 13 RBIs.
Because he missed the first 2 weeks. He had 3 RBIs yesterday.
Yeah, and that big home run that I was yelling about. But I'm sure you saw it. You and I could have hit that ball that he hit out of the ballpark. But that was a big mistake by Facebook.
Not 450 feet.
Maybe not.
Okay.
All right. For me, you mentioned him. Jordan Walker comes in at 5, a 2.2 WAR, wins above replacement in 34 games, 40 hits, 6 doubles, 10 home runs, 14 to 43 walk versus K, and he is batting 308. He started like a house of fire. He's cooled off a little bit, which pushed him down this list, as well as you mentioned, did his defense. I started him off at like number 2 or 3 on the list, and he kept getting pushed down. So for me, he ends up at number 5. Jordan Walker, the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay. Now, I only have one Brewer. I don't think you have any.
I do not.
My number 5 is a Brewer. Bryce Terang has been tremendous this year. I believe he started the All-Star game last year. It's not like a surprise. He was a 4.4 WAR last year. But this year he's already at 1.9. Listen to this stat. 18.8% walk rate, 20.8% strikeout rate. That's incredible. Hitting 304. Never hit for a lot of power, only 5 home runs, but 7 stolen bases, plays good defense. Yeah, Bryce Terang, one of the most underrated players in baseball.
Yeah, you've got him rated a lot higher than I would have. So I don't know if I say good for you or, if you like those kind of stats, okay. I'm looking for a little bit more power, especially the position that he plays. But I understand why you put him up there. I'm not sure if I put him
so different. There's someone in my top 4 I know you're not even going to put on the list. So anyway.
Oh boy. Here we go. All right. So for me, Ryan, Moises Ballesteros was number 10. Ryan O'Hearn was 9. Braxton Ashcraft was 8. J.J. Weatherholt 7. Chase Burns 5. And then Chase Burns 6. Jordan Walker 5. Let me give you the top 4. I told you he wasn't in the top 3, so he's got to be number 4. Sal Stewart. 20 runs, 33 hits, 6 doubles, 9 home runs, 29 RBIs, 9 stolen bases. And the one thing that keeps him out of the top 3, actually there's 2 things. He has had a bad stretch here over the last 4 or 5 days, and that dropped his batting average down to 252 because of it. So had he have kept going the way he was, he would have probably been higher on the list. But I had to bring him down to number 4 because of the last week or so.
So I brought him down and you gave me crap.
Yes, but you brought him down to 8.
Yes. Like I said, defense was the factor. Like he just,
okay, you can't tell me that what you had Walker ahead of him. You had Frelick or Sal. What the heck's the Brewer's name?
Bryce Terang. He plays
that guy
at second base.
No, I'm sorry. I disagree, but that's okay. We don't have to agree on everything.
Bryce Terang. I still got him pulled up. 169 WRC plus this year. Almost worth 2 wins, 1.9 more. He's been tremendous. Okay. I mean, I don't like him, but my number 4, there's no way you're going to put him on this list because you don't like him. Pete Crow Armstrong of the Chicago Cubs. This is a dude. He's the best defensive player, period, in baseball. Got off to a slow start with the bat and has really come on. The last couple weeks, he has really hit. He had a huge triple in the game yesterday. He had a big hit in the game today.
Could have gotten the home run on, but he watched the ball at the beginning.
But he did get a hit, and they doesn't get that. They don't win.
Okay, but he should have scored. But
he's an elite base runner. He's an elite defender, and you threw me off. I forgot the last point I was going to make.
He's not a hustler.
He really is, though. That's just strange that he did that. He is a hustler. That's the whole point about him. But there's just so many
games this year.
He does all the little things, like defense, speed, like all those things. And PCA, he's just the energy he brings. He's great in the locker room. There's so much to love about Pete Armstrong, but Mike hates him. Number 4, PCA.
I don't hate him.
I
think he's overrated.
One more thing about him.
Yes.
I thought he was this huge strikeout guy, like 40% of the time. Only 27% of the time. League average is 24. So he actually doesn't strike out as much as I thought.
Well, when you think he strikes out 40% of the time, I mean, I guess you could say that.
Well, he was early in the year. He was striking out a lot, but he's really cleaned that up. He stopped swinging out of the zone. That was the biggest issue with him. Swinging pitches out of the zone, especially behind the count. He has stopped doing that. His strikeout rate has gone way down. In fact, it's lower than Ian Happ's, actually, believe it or not.
Okay.
So, one of the 16 names I wrote down, but he did make the list.
All right, so let's go with our top 3. My number 3 guy. You should be very happy about this. I was wanting to knock him down because of the player that he kind of is, but I couldn't. 2.1 WAR, 18 runs, 41 hits so far this year, including 10 doubles, 27 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. He has walked 13 times and only struck out 14 times. Man, that's a stat and a half right there.
Insane.
And that's what kept him up here in the top 3. He's not a power guy. He's more of a contact. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when we highlighted him on this show. He's an up-the-middle hitter, and his name is Nico Hoerner for the Chicago Cubs. Number 3 on the best players in the National League Central for me.
More on him right now. We have the same top 2, obviously. He's been tremendous. So his WRC plus was 109 last year, right? But I mean, he won the Gold Glove. But still, he was 9% better than league average bat, so he was a 5-win player. But this year, it's 135. He's 35% better than league average. He's stolen 7 bases, 4 home runs, but still, 4 home runs. He's on pace to shatter his career high for home runs, which is 10, believe it or not. And he's walking more. He's just become pretty much a complete player. And because of his improvement, they've been able to put him in the leadoff. That was a big issue. They had trouble finding a leadoff guy. They have for years, and now they have found it. Nico Hoerner is he's so clutch. Absolutely love him to death. Got a big extension. He's worth every penny. Number 3, Nico Hoerner.
Well, okay, so my only thing we're going to disagree on here is he is the prototypical, at least for me, number 2 guy. You get a guy on in front of him like PCA, if he can get on base, and then Nico Hoerner slaps the ball in the outfield, and he goes first to third, and now all of a sudden you've got 2 on, nobody out, and one of them's on third base. I think Nico Hoerner is your prototypical number 2 hitter. Okay. But, we'll see.
Well, either one. I mean, I just love him hitting at the top of the order, and it's just when you have a guy that just doesn't strike out much, like hardly ever, you give yourself a chance. When you put the ball in play, anything can happen.
Right.
So
he's
a
fast
lot of
enough
teams,
and not hitting the double plays.
Right. A lot of teams that struggle in the postseason scoring runs, it's because they have a lot of guys that strike out a lot, and you face the best pitchers in the postseason. If you're not, anything can happen. Blue pits. You've got to have guys that put the ball in play. You have to have. Every team needs some kind of guy like this, and
I agree. Everybody's sitting back waiting for the 7-run home run, and it just doesn't happen, right?
Yep.
All right, so number 2 for me.
We have the same top 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we have them in the same order. I'm going to say no, and everybody's going to call me the homer because of it, but I'm going to put Paul Skeens at number 2. Okay. He's 4-2 with a 3.18 ERA. 12 earned runs, 7 walks, 39 Ks. Ashcraft has a better walk to strikeout ratio than Skeens does. He has a better ERA than Skeens does, but I still put him up there because of the potential that he has, and he's the guy that everybody's scared of. When I saw that the Reds were playing the Pirates, I was like, oh man, do we have to play Paul Skeens? Do we have to play Paul? I'm looking through this. So he's still that guy. And because of that, I put him at number 2, but also because of the fact that he's not done extremely well this year. He's not been Paul Skeens-like. I put him at number 2.
Okay. We have the same top 3, different order, obviously. Let's talk about my number 2, Elly De La Cruz.
Okay.
One thing I like about De La Cruz is his walk rate's gotten better each year.
Correct.
His batting average has gotten better each year. He's in his 4th year now. He is defense. God, I didn't realize how good a defensive player until I researched this. Really good defensive player. He's already got 10 home runs. He's got 25 RBIs, 27 runs scored, 8 stolen bases. He's just your 5-tool dude. He's just a dude, man. He can just do everything well. And Elly De La Cruz. Oh, WRC plus 149, 49% better than league average. He isn't my number 1. I'll talk about the guy you talked about in a second.
Okay. So Elly is my number 1, 1.6 as far as WAR goes. In 35 games, he's got 39 hits, which includes 6 doubles, as you have already alluded to, 10 RBIs, 10 home runs, 25 RBIs, those 8 stolen bases. And let's talk about his walk to strikeout. It's not great, but as you said, it's improving. It's better. 17 walks, 44 strikeouts, not including tonight's game, and he has a 285 average. Now, what has been impressive to me and what put him at number 1 for me is he's been a switch hitter his entire career, but he wasn't real good from the right-hand side of the plate. This year, he's already hit more home runs from that side of the plate than he did all of last year. So that, for me, was what propelled him to number 1.
He's just really, really good.
Yeah.
We talked about this when he was injured last year, playing through it. That really hurt. That hurt the Reds. His numbers by the end of the year could be like insane. Okay. My number 1 is Paul Skeens, pitcher for the Pirates. My only Pirate on this list, and my only pitcher, I just looked at it, it's my only pitcher I had on this list.
We talked about this, the hitting machine, man.
Well, yeah, if Cade Horton was healthy and pitched like he did the second half last year, so far this year, he probably would have made it, but he's not healthy. But Paul Skeens, if you take away his first start, just take that away, he was awful. Didn't have it. His numbers would be amazing. He just had one horrible start. But he's the best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion. He won the Cy Young last year. If he stays healthy, he might win 10 Cy Youngs. He is that good. His stuff is incredible. If you look at his fastball slider, have you ever seen that video of it, like movement? You know,
when they do the same pitch at the same time. Yeah.
Same arm angle. Like, how can you hit that? If you have to guess, and if you guess wrong, you're done.
You're 100% right.
He is just one of the rare talents. Kind of reminds me, obviously he got hurt, so it wasn't the same, but still very good. Kerry Wood, like hype. Like when he was coming up, Kerry Wood had that same kind of hype when I was a kid. And kind of reminds me similar prospect. Like when he is on, you cannot hit him. And so just for the way he pitched last year, I just slightly had to put Paul Skeens ahead of Ellie De Cruz.
All right. I don't mind any of those. Let's go over the top 10 as we have them, and then we'll bid everybody adieu here in just a couple seconds. So I had Moises Ballesteros at 10 with Ryan O'Hearn at 9, then Braxton Ashcraft, J.J. Weatherholt, Chase Burns, Jordan Walker, Sal Stewart, Nico Horner, Paul Skeens, Ellie De La Cruz. Cheese, give us your top 10 National League players right now.
At number 10, the surprise one, Carson Kelly, catcher, Cubs. Number 9, J.J. Weatherholt, second baseman, Cardinals. Number 8, Sal Stewart, I guess first baseman / second baseman, Reds. Number 7, Jordan Walker, outfield, Cardinals. 6, Seiya Suzuki, outfield, Cubs. 5, Bryce Terang, second baseman, Brewers. 4, PCA, Pico Armstrong, center fielder, Cubs. 3, Nico Horner, second baseman, Cubs. 2, Ellie De La Cruz, shortstop for Reds. And number 1, Paul Skeens, pitcher for the Pirates. One pitcher for me.
All right. One pitcher. Well, I only had 2. I had 3. 3 pitchers on this list.
3.
So.
I had a few in the 16. Like I had Shota in manga. He just couldn't find a spot from the top 10. And Chase Burns was my number 11.
Okay. Understood. All right, buddy. Hey, it's been fun. We really love this, really enjoy this. We do it for ourselves. And then, of course, but most of all, we do it for each and every one of you. Thank you, guys, for getting us over 50 views tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you to Mr. First Down for being on with us. And, of course, as we said, we're going to have Isaac from Fun Football Podcast on next week. TJ Bennett the week after that. Tommy Bennett, his handle is at TJ Bennett 37. And then we're going to have an ASU writer on after that in the following week. So it should be a really great time. We got a lot of great guests coming on, but no one is as important as all of you. Cheese, anything you want to add to the end of the broadcast, sir?
Yeah. So, Keldrick Falk, he's really good at defending the run. Yeah, I just realized Ellie De La Cruz wasn't able to come with the play at the end of the game. But I'm not going to move him down because of that one play. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch the highlights from this one.
I can send it to you.
I'll watch him here in just a little bit. While you and Mr. First Down were incessantly talking amongst yourselves, I watched the whole thing where the hamstring pull. You can tell it is a hamstring on Pagan. He, like you said, he was down in some serious pain. They brought the cart out for him. They carted him off. So. Not looking good. Those of you who are fantasy, and I'll tell you this right now, Cheese, the guy you go pick up, do it as soon as this is over, Tony Santillan. Go pick him up. He'll be the new closer for the Cincinnati Reds.
I am doing it right now.
Yeah, do it. You'll thank me later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you being with us tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
He already got picked up.
Thank you, and thank you again. So we appreciate you. I can't believe it happened that fast. They wouldn't even let me tell you it happened so fast.
Some of these guys in my league, man, they're serious. They're right on it, man. But he's gone.
Wow, he will be the new closer for the Reds. So we'll see about that and see how he does on that role.
He looked good tonight. Yeah, he pitched well tonight.
Yeah, he did pitch well. He is a good pitcher. I like him a lot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, as we say, thank you very much. Cheese, I don't think you plugged your site all show long.
I did this, though.
Well, Yeah, but that covers up that face. I mean, come on now.
This is what brings in the viewers.
It does.
This
It
is
does.
what. No, football with cheese. It's CHEEZ. Make sure you, and then on X football cheese. Make sure you follow me. And I cover all 32 teams. Big emphasis on the draft. But one thing I really want is people to go to my channel, watch my videos, and in the comments, give me suggestions for videos I can make this summer. It was tough last year. I was making like 2 a week in the summer, and I just trying to find content when football season's over, because my channel is football only. We do baseball here too, but so yeah, just go follow me and check it out. And a lot of post draft content. I review every single team, every division post draft to go over every prospect.
All right. Can't wait. I'm going to start doing the Sports Pulpit tomorrow again. It will be a 5-part series on the supplemental draft. We're going to jump into it really, really deep. We're going to talk about a certain quarterback that's probably going to be in that draft, the Ohio State connections with what's happened to the supplemental draft and what will happen to him. Is he even worth a pick? Where should he get picked? Who will pick him? We'll talk about all of that over the next 5 short-form podcasts of the Sports Pulpit. So until then, myself and my buddy Cheese, we say thank you. And as always, the only thing that's fair in life is a baseball hit between the third and first base lines. Good evening, everyone.